taking complaints, making the world a little better and your life a little easier. That's what we do each and every day. You know, I don't know what I'd do if I didn't do this. I'd probably get up and start speaking to the mirror. More than 40 years altogether, and right now in Denver approaching 40. Hundreds of millions of dollars we recover for people in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds, and services. You know, listen, accept no cheap imitations. We were the first at everything. Solving problems, the first consumer column anywhere in the country, question and answer, the first show of this kind, the first list anywhere, the first, the best, and you can take advantage of it freely. Just call us, 303-713-TALK. The longest running show on radio, continuous show with the same host, currently on the air, and welcome. What's going on? What's happening in your life, and how can we help you? All you have to do is call, and again, if you thought, what a weird concept, just give it a try. Don't even try to define the problem. Just figure, let's call Tom, see what he says, because I can probably tell you where to go if I can't help. 303-713-TALK. Now, a lot of people listen online. We're live on YouTube, live on Facebook, or, you know, you're listening to a recorded kind of podcast. So you can call 303-MARTINO anytime, 303-627-8466. Those calls are automatically routed to us, or you can leave a message, and we'll get back to you. Joanne is living proof of this, right? Joanne, you contacted us, and we got back to you as promised, right? What's going on?
Appreciate it.
What's happening?
Well, I had called you probably 3 or 4 months ago.
What? Did it take us that long?
No. You all talked to me at that time about this situation.
All right.
There's been a complication since.
Tell me what's going on. First of all, bring me the original scene here. What first happened?
I had taken out a private student loan to finance a medical treatment for my daughter, my then teenage daughter, back in 2005.
Now, you took out a student loan to do that?
Yes, she was in a treatment program, and because they provided education while she was there, they said they could...
Oh, that's weird. What kind of treatment was it?
She was there for some behavioral things.
Like drugs?
I wasn't quite sure what was going on. I thought it might be drugs.
Okay.
The counselor,
and what kind of education did they provide?
They basically did some online education and kept her in school. So
that's very, very creative. And she had to take out student loans.
Well, it was me. I had to take it out. She was underage. So.
Well, you signed for him. Gotcha. Most students are underage, and the parents sign for them.
Well, but I took out. It was actually in my name. Her name is nowhere on the papers.
Oh, did you have to make believe like you were?
No.
Oh.
They basically just said that this is how they financed the treatment. It was a $35,000 program, and I took the loan out for 20 years, and they just told me that's how it was financed, was through these
Now it's starting to sound like a scam. What happened then?
Okay, well, then I took this out in 2005, and in 2017, well, prior to that, actually, I started getting some communications from different programs saying, well, we think we can help you with your student loan. Well, most of these...
Was it a real student loan? Because I've never heard of a 20-year student loan.
It was through something called American Education Services.
Okay, so let's get right to the problem. And did you ever refi?
Well, what happened was I started working with a student loan company called Optimus Student Loan Advocate.
Is that where the problem lies?
That's part of the problem. Yes.
Okay, I want to ask something. Just how did the education go? Is that still ongoing?
No. Well, I mean, this was back in 2005.
Yeah, but did she ever do well with it?
Oh, yeah. She graduated on time through high school. She got a college degree. She's married and has 2 children and doing very well.
Excellent.
It's a great job.
Okay, that's good. So it helped. Now, what is the issue today? Did you ever consolidate back then?
Well, okay, what happened was the student Optima student loan advocates who thought they could get the loan forgiven actually did a refi. I started working.
Well,
with
that's
them in
how they do it.
2017.
They come on to you saying that they're going to get, reduce it or save you, and all it really is a refi. Most of the student loan payoff companies are just a way to get you out of the student loan system, and then it becomes a regular loan, but it's still not dischargeable. That's what's weird. The genesis of that loan follows the loan, so even if you refi into a private entity, you still cannot do a bankruptcy in most cases. But I want to get right to the problem. Now that you gave me background, what's the problem?
Okay, so when I talked to you, I was unhappy about how this had all turned out. But I realized you told me it sounded like a predatory lender.
Right. What's the interest rate?
Oh gosh, it wasn't very much. I don't remember.
Okay, then
exactly.
where's the problem, dear? I have to get to the problem now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just accepted I was going to have to pay this other loan because originally they said I would just pay it while the negotiations were going on. But in January, I think it was. They
what negotiations? What? See, this is what I don't understand. What negotiations?
So Optimus student loan advocates negotiated with the original creditor, the original lender.
Yeah.
So they called me and said, "Okay, negotiations are complete." They congratulated me.
When was this? When was this?
I think it was about in January. I think that's when I first called you.
Okay, so back in January, Optima says, "Congratulations, you're now refied."
Well, that they basically said your student loan was discharged.
Oh, they lied to you.
Yeah, then I asked him. I said, "Well, what about this loan?" Because I'd been paying this other company.
By the way, okay, so you were paying this other company that already refied you once. Is that right?
Well, it's the one I'm paying now. It's a refi.
Right.
But they had told me I would just be paying until the negotiations were complete.
Let me get this picture, okay? And I don't want stories now, just answers this time.
Mm-hmm.
So your first student loan was refied once, and then Optima came along and said they got it waived.
No, Optima was the first refi.
Okay, and then they said, "Congratulations, you thought it was paid off."
Right.
Did you stop making payments?
No, they said I had to continue making the payments. That's why I called you, because I was upset about
You were
that.
confused. Why do I continue making payments if it's paid off? So where does it stand today?
Well, I've been waiting for my credit to improve because it's been.
Well, is it paid off or not, or are you still paying?
Well, I discovered that it's at a collection agency.
So was there a period of time that you stopped paying because of the confusion?
They told me to stop paying.
I'm not asking that. I'm asking you if there was a period of time that you stopped paying for any reason. I don't care what the reason. Was there a period of time?
For the original creditor,
that's a yes or no. How many months total did you skip, but thinking it was paid off or something, or they told you not to pay? How long did that go on?
From May of 2017 to, I guess, the present.
Okay, so you do understand why you do understand why it's in collections. Obviously, listen, they may have misled you, but as far as the loan is concerned, you did not pay that loan for 3 years or 2.5 or whatever. I mean, so what then? I need to know what you need us to do. You have a student loan that you stopped paying on. I'm talking about the facts, not why, when, where, how. But you have a student loan. You were flim-flammed. You were tricked. But in reality, you have a loan and you stopped paying on it. Now it's in collections.
Why?
Right, Mark? That's it.
That's true, but why isn't the kid paying this? Wasn't the loan for the kid?
Your daughter.
No.
Well, of course it was. But you were
bill.
picking it up for her is what it was as a parent, right? You were paying for her rehab.
For her treatment,
All right.
yes.
Let's get on to this. What are you hoping to accomplish if you waved your magic wand?
This was a $15,000 refinance loan, and now
it's going to be way more now. Oh, my God. After 3 years, do you know how much it's going to be now?
Well, I have to pay that until May of 2022.
Pay what?
Pay this new company.
Well, first of all, you're not really – you got to be sure the new company has authority to collect, okay? I don't know if they do. You have to verify all of this. I mean, this new company might be scamming you again. What I'd like to do is, here's what I want you to do. Joanne, I'll help, but you have to do this. First of all, we have to forget about the past. No matter how you were tricked, we're never going to prove it. You owe money. You either have to get it paid off or do a bankruptcy. You might be able to pull off a bankruptcy under these conditions because you weren't a student at all. I even doubt it's a real student loan. But here's the bottom line, Joanne. You now have to figure out from the underwriter, not from all of these different people, but who you owe the loan to, what the payoff is. That's what you have to find out. Okay? Find out what not what monthly payment they tell you, not what they tell you to pay. They might be just trying to get monthly payments from you for as long as they can, when in reality, the original lender may not even be around. Find out the loan balance. Do you know?
My loan balance is $10,915.
And the original loan was how much?
$15,000.
Impossible. Okay? Somebody's lying to you. Impossible. And I'll tell you why it's impossible. Because you have let that loan sit for 3 years or 2.5 or whatever, and that would accrue default interest. So if that's the amount, you get that in writing. And you have to get something in writing. Did that lender send you something telling you what the payoff amount is?
The original
I don't care. Whoever has the loan now.
Oh. Well, first of all, I never saw any money from it. It went to a place called Federal Tax.
I'm not talking about that, Joanne. Okay, listen. Joanne, I need to see your loan docs. Okay? Send your loan docs. With any refi docs. This is very confusing. People listening, first of all, when you sign up for something like a refi of student loans, don't do it until you check it out. And then when people call to collect from you, they may not even be the right people. Do you know there's an entire industry of fake collectors? They might be she might think, oh, this isn't bad. I'll make monthly payments. They try to make it comfortable enough that you start making payments, and voila. 9 months later, you might figure out they're not even the collector, not the legitimate collector.
This report is sponsored by Exxon and Mobil's new Synergy Supreme Plus.
How do you do that? You can't fix what?
Stupid.
You can't fix what? You can't fix stupid.
Death fixes.
I'm upset. This poor woman got flim-flam.
She did get flim-flam, but she's...
Yeah, but I don't even know. Whatever.
What?
She's too much.
Too much at once, right?
It's too much. Yeah.
You didn't get the memo that was red shirt day?
I do. Yeah, you got some red in the collar there too. Jeez.
Look at you guys looking exactly alike. So can't even tell you apart.
It is odd. I only have one red shirt.
Tomorrow's black.
Fill up today or go to Exxon.com for more details.
You know, in this heat, a lot of people are busy trying to get their air conditioners up and running. Had you called Fix It 24/7 originally, they would have a no breakdown guarantee and put you at the top of the list. But here's the good news. You still have time, if you are patient, for them to come out and check out your whole AC system. Obviously, if your system's out and it's an emergency call, but if you have this limping along AC system and you want to get it checked out completely and possibly refurbished and working again, it's just $39 to find out. And trust me, they will give you an honest assessment and get that thing in top-notch shape for just $39 for the AC system. If it turns out you need any work, they'll give you a straight, honest diagnostic, and they'll credit you $39 if you decide to have any replacements. Give them a call. That's Fix It 24/7, fixmyhome.com, 720-526-3939. The $39 people, 720-526-3939.
Can you set up that email real quick? Just set it up to forward to me. That's all it's got to do. I don't need a real email box.
No, I know that. We'll do a thing for you.
Well, I gotta have it.
Help. I mean, trouble or what?
I used it for something and I can't reset the password.
Do you want to do show me the trouble?
No. Just trouble at troubleshooter.com.
That's battle, BADDEL.com
I wonder what the second suspect would be in the Garlic Festival shooting. Like someone that... I don't think it was someone that was there. It was probably someone that like helped him get the gun or something.
Did they get the guy?
He's dead. The guy that was shooting
were killed?
Did he shoot himself or?
I think 3. No, I think they got him.
3 killed, 12.
I think they got him.
Because I thought at first he was still out and about.
Out in the boat.
At the burger battle, I'm going to have you randomly measure women's asses.
Now, why is this?
I think it'll be a great live.
Dan just randomly going up to people, measuring
Do
their
you need this burger?
Oh boy.
Oh, you get slapped so heavily. Excuse me, ma'am, put that burger down.
Did you know?
You get seated.
Do you realize your ass is 42 inches just in
Do you realize? Oh no, Clint actually has logged in.
Clint?
All right, don't rabbit hole me. Trouble at
No,
Troubleshooter.
I'm going to, man.
He's falling down a bunny hole over here.
I gotta get.
I want to see that new movie, man. That one about Hollywood.
Oh, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, that looks so good.
Really hit big on.
Yeah.
Did it make a lot of dough?
Yeah. Oh, a record for how do you say him? His name Tarantula.
Who?
Tarantino.
Oh, Tarantino's bad.
Oh, you want to see that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Fuck yeah, I do.
It was sold out when we went last night. We tried to go last night.
Yeah.
Oh, hit big.
God, that did hit big. Sunday night sold out.
Sold out. Yep. We couldn't get in.
Friday, Saturday I dig, but man, Sunday sold out.
Did you say you paid 13 cents a bottle for this?
$3.88 for
We
48
can
of
take
them.
these to Oregon. They get 10 cents.
Actually, I think it's cheaper than that. Hold on, you might be
we
onto
can take
something.
to Oregon.
Calc. Hold on.
Let's run this.
Hold on.
We'll get a
$3.88.
mail truck.
I was gonna say yeah.
Mark, it's gonna come to you, right?
That's right.
Pay the shipping.
No, they're even
My
less
mom
than
lives in
that.
Oregon, so she can.
Mark,
She
you
can
want
take
to?
them.
She can take them, send the money back.
I think we gotta do
wire
it.
Yeah.
You could actually ship these extremely cheap.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Especially if you wait another.
There's no wait.
There's
Mark,
usually
you
one
already
extra
have
truck
it.
on Mother's
You
Day.
already have it. It's already an alias for you.
Are you Seinfeld?
Well, I sent it to myself.
Hold on, let me send you one. Okay, just hold on. Let me send you a test. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. 303-920-1622. How do you spell best? Frank. How do you spell great? Frank. How do you spell negotiating expert? Frank. How do you spell buying at a bargain? Frank. And selling at the most. How does he do both sides? Does he feel bad about that? No. No. Because he knows what he's doing. And listen, the market will bear what it will bear. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. There's more that goes into pricing when you buy to get a good deal than just the deal. It's how it's written and presented. You know, a lot of people don't understand that. It's not always the top dollar. If somebody's smart, they just want something to close. Frank knows how to get it done. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Okay, so let's go to the phones, and we have a guest today. Nobody big, just John. Just John.
The hormone bro.
The hormone bro, because the other bros are at the clinic working 2 locations now. They do BioT and more. We'll talk about the more coming up. You know, do you know what I get? What do you think I get the most emails about with you guys? What do you think it is? What do you think? Just take a guess.
Threads?
Yeah, how'd you know that? Thread lifts.
Yeah.
Is that because you get a lot of calls on those?
We do, yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about a thread lift because, in my opinion, first of all, it doesn't do the harm, and I call it harm, of a facelift. Facelifts just pull and tug, and I don't care what anyone says. No one looks good with them. No one. They look like they're in a hurricane or their faces are being blown back. Let's go to the phones. 303-713-TALK. Ken, welcome, and thank you for trusting us to hear your problem. Go ahead.
Okay, Tom, I'll try to be as short as I can be and give you the only information.
No. Listen, I don't mind stories at all, except when I ask questions. Then I just want answers. But go ahead, start your story.
Well, you're going to love this story.
All right.
About 12 years ago,
I'm bored.
I had a back injury. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I had gotten blood clots from cortisone a year previous, so I wasn't responding to the physical therapy. The doctor
How'd you
said he
injure your
wanted to
back?
give me-
How'd you injure your back?
I was using a big concrete cutoff saw.
Were you in? So you were
demolition
working.
saw.
Did you
I
get
was
a
working.
Did
It
you
was-
get a workers' comp case at that time?
I did, yes.
Okay. And was that?
And-
I need to ask some
Go ahead.
basics. So you can tell your story. Was that case? Is that case technically still open, or was it closed?
It was closed.
Okay.
But, that's what I want to know is basically this. The information that should have come out back then, well, a doctor told me twice is proof enough for him. There's something different about me. I needed to have a hematologist do tests to find out what was different about me and why cortisone caused me blood clots. Okay.
So are you saying, Ken, that because of this workers' comp problem years ago, even though it was closed, it came back to haunt you?
Well, I'm wondering if I have a chance to reopen, because now the proof exists that they should have discovered back then, and because of their negligence back then, they didn't discover it.
Why?
That's
What
my
should have been discovered back then?
Okay, I fought the insurance company to get to see a hematologist. I live
What
in
should have
Pueblo.
been? Let's get to the part. What should have been discovered?
Okay, I have a blood disease, and the blood disease makes my blood thicker than normal.
Okay.
And I have a very high red blood cell count, and because of that, I cannot take any type of a steroid.
Okay, so hold
steroids
on.
cause
So
me blood
did you
clots.
have the blood disease prior to this injury?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no. I mean, I don't. Well, yes, I suppose I did. Yes,
well,
I did.
either you did or you didn't, because if you...
I did.
Okay.
I did.
So
Because I got a blood clot a year before. Yes.
You're saying that your blood is such that it would be contraindicated to
Right.
to use steroids.
Okay, now here's
that what you're
one
saying,
very
Ken?
Important, yes.
Okay.
Here's one very important part. I told them they could not give me cortisone.
So you knew
cortisone
going
caused me
in,
blood clots.
you knew about the blood clotting disease before you went in there.
Well, no, I didn't know about the clotting disease. I knew that cortisone gives me blood clots.
Okay.
And that I
How
could
did
not
you
take
know
cortisone.
it gave you blood clots? Because of a previous incident?
Yes, a year earlier, I got a shot of cortisone in my shoulder, and I watched the blood clots go down my arm.
Okay, here's the deal.
I was in the hospital because of it.
Here's
Yes.
the deal. I don't think you can reopen a workers' comp case no matter what, okay? If it's closed.
But can I go after a
Now, hold on. Now we're
hematologist
talking
that
about a
should have
separate thing.
tested me?
Can you go after someone for malpractice? Yes, you can. But the statute of limitations, it was 12 years ago.
Right.
Well,
that's the whole thing.
it depends
Let me
on
tell you
when
what he did.
It depends on when this case started tolling. What it means is, when does the clock start ticking? It usually
Probably about 10 years ago.
but
Probably
it-
about 10.
that's a problem for you, because
That's what I figured.
Because if you discovered this that many years ago and didn't do anything, you probably lost your rights. Now, I'm not going
Well,
to
I
tell you
did.
that as an attorney, because I want an attorney to counsel you on that. I'm not going to give you legal advice, but I would say from all the cases we've handled in the past, and our attorneys, have handled, I think outside of 10 years, even if you recently discovered, if the whole thing is 10 years old, I think you don't have much of a chance. And here's the other thing. To be honest with you, you don't have enough for malpractice. If a guy gives you cortisone because of a fall, in my opinion, not legal now, I'm talking about practical, what did he do wrong? Are you saying he should screen absolutely everyone before giving cortisone? Did he ask you about cortisone? Did he say, do you tolerate
I told him
cortisone?
no. See, there's
Then,
the thing
okay,
right there,
if
Tom.
you told
I
him no,
him
then why did you let him do it?
because they convinced me
Okay,
that
then
I
hold
didn't know
on.
what I was talking about.
Ken, do you have a record and a witness of you saying no?
Absolutely. There's a record of it, yes.
Of you refusing medication?
Not refusing it, telling them, I told my doctor
Okay.
here.
After you
that he
refused
couldn't-
it and then got talked into it, okay? How long after that did you have a problem?
within 2 weeks.
Okay, well then you didn't do anything for her for 10 years. So in my humble opinion, you have nothing. You discovered this problem 12 years ago and did nothing. You said
it's actually, Tom, I think you got the wrong impression. Let me say this, and it might change your mind.
Kevin, Ken, just answer me this. I asked just one thing. You said you told them no steroids. That's what you said.
Right.
And then they convinced you to take steroids, right?
Right.
How long ago was that?
That would have been 12 years ago.
Okay,
yes.
now you said 12 years ago they recommended steroids. You said no. They talked you into it 12 years ago. Then you said a few weeks after that you started having problems and discovered.
I almost died. I was in the hospital with more blood clots in my lungs than they could count.
Okay, so that was 12 years ago or 11 years ago. You pick it. But why didn't you sue for malpractice back then?
We tried. Well,
okay,
that would be
the whole point is this, Ken. Even if you had a case, you don't sound like you did. Even if you had a case, you screwed yourself. And bottom line, you sat on it. But I wanted to take Cliff Fenton. I can't take him at the beginning of a break. I can take him afterwards. I really want to talk to Cliff Fenton about this because a lot of people sit on their rights.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Dan Caplis at 4. More with Tom Martino coming up on 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station. This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
So Mark,
This comment on Facebook, you want to see it?
a comment for the hormone?
Yeah.
What is it?
I just got another biopsy last Monday, and this time it really hurt after still certain days that long.
Wah.
I don't remember.
Oh, you mean the pellet?
So if you want to do that, I'm not. She actually sent
I sent you an empty email. There's nothing.
I got it.
You did?
I got the one I was looking for. I don't know why. I don't know why when I emailed myself at Troubleshooter I didn't get it. It's weird.
If it is.
Okay.
'Tis weird, sir.
You know, you never know where.
Do you want to comment?
I can.
Okay. I just don't
Yeah, you should. Comment.
Just say this is John from
QC, Quiet Cool. QC of Colorado, that's the one I got for my home, and I highly recommend them. I used it this weekend. Think of how hot it was. I turn that sucker on and it blows all that hot air out of my attic and starts circulating the air in my home. I love it. Not just because of more comfort, but less AC bills. You know, you need everything you can get to make things more efficient. And QC, the whole house fan, QCColorado.com does the job better than any single appliance I know. I've never had something pay off so quickly, where I noticed the difference in the first 10 minutes of operation. The installation is elegant. It's quick, under an hour. They don't have to go through any walls or anything. Everything is remoted, and it sits up in the attic, and it's remotely set up so it doesn't make noise. That's why QCColorado.com, 720-398-4510, 720-398-4510.
Finding great candidates though can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job.
You know, I'm still grossed out over what you were telling me about the guy not washing his hands.
Which is why you should try
And it's a God's honest truth. And it was more of a stinky kind of...
It's powerful technology.
It's like a fucking...
Mark Miles is over the moon. He is like all about, there's people pulled over taking pictures of the bears.
Where?
And so he said it was a mama bear and a cub. So and then he's going back, he's talking to me on the phone. He's like,
Where
oh
is
my
it?
God, Mom. He's like right off at Tamichi, a couple streets before Caribou.
Holy
He's like,
shit.
oh my God, Mom.
that cute?
I'm seeing him again. He's driving
If
him.
I were you guys, I'll tell you what, I'd have a horse. Jesus,
God,
I'd
look
have
at
my
that.
horse back.
So
That's
cute.
his way of trying to get us to get a horse so he can have a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just wants a horse for himself.
I know. Look at this cute little fucker. I'll tell you this.
Oh, like a little bear.
Send it to me, Suzanne.
It's like in our backyard.
Send it to me.
I would invite Jeff Vick out. No more bear.
No more bear.
Those are cute little bears.
It'll go the way of the
They belong to our
raccoon.
neighborhood. I'll send them to you, Tommy.
Wait till it comes up on your porch.
I'm trying to find this old website photos, man. I don't know why I'm looking for them. They're so disturbing.
Certain photos of what?
Crime scene. But it's a certain crime. You're not going to believe it if I ever find it.
Charles
It'll
Manson?
freak you the fuck out.
Charles Manson from...
No, I've seen those. The Tate and LaBanca. What is it?
Why is there new interest on him right now?
They just, I don't know, they just had something on them.
Well, that movie. Doesn't that movie go over?
Oh yeah, the Hollywood one has
Yeah.
someone portrays him.
I would assume that's...
It is, and all of the, what do you call it? The, you know, those things they show before the movies that aren't actually a movie, but it's a little bit about the movie. The popcorn.
So what is the dancing popcorn?
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
Dancing Raisinets? What did Seinfeld say about where the grapes were eating the raisins?
That's cannibalism. That is cannibalism. Isn't it wild that you let grapes like get all fucked up and then eat them? I mean, who does that? Do you like raisins? They're disgusting.
Prunes?
Well, they're not good. They're high in sugar, but I like them.
Do you like the taste of them?
Yeah.
Oh.
You give me gas though.
Oh, raisins suck. You realize it's old fruit.
It's candy.
It's nasty fruit. Nature's candy.
Nature's candy.
Sugar cane is nature's candy. Nature's candy.
Yeah.
Chocolate is
That was
nature's
an
candy.
absolute treat.
I think I'm just going to stop this helicopter ride show. Just getting out of here.
Ready already to harass you? Yes, I did.
An iHeart radio station.
Hey, Tom Martino here. I want to
write
get
a
right to
book over
Cliff
there?
Enton. He's a busy man. Okay, Cliff, I have some basic questions. Cliff Enton does a bunch of workers' comp. He's also a personal injury attorney, so I can ask him about both of these things. I just want to dumb it down. If Ken had an injury, a workers' comp injury years ago, and as a result of the treatment he received, he is now having serious problems, I want to know if you can reopen a workers' comp claim.
Well, there's any alleged medical malpractice that arose from the work comp is really a medical malpractice claim. It's not actually part of...
Okay, let's have a basic question then, and then we'll go back to that, because that's what I thought, Cliff. What if you have a problem, like a concussion or something, just something, and years later you have some other problems, and a doctor kind of says, you know what, that probably happened when you did that. Can you reopen then if it's been like 10 years?
No, the reopening is 6 years.
Okay. Now, next question. He said he went in and they should not have given him steroids, and therefore he believes he should be able to go after them. What is the statute of limitations on something like that?
For medical malpractice?
Yeah.
Well, it would be 2 years.
From discovery.
But it extends another 1 year with the date of discovery. In other words, it could be as much as 3 years. But it's never more than 3.
You can never see where it would be 10 to 12 years.
10 years. No.
Okay.
No way. And here's the interesting thing. Even if you had a medical malpractice claim that arose out of a work comp issue,
yeah,
medical malpractice claim becomes a third-party case. And work comp would actually have a subrogation interest in any recovery you get from medical malpractice.
So even if you collected, they would take whatever they could. Okay, but Ken, I have to ask you a question. I know, Ken, your head's loaded with details, but I need to ask some basics, and I promise you can talk. But I understand you said that they should not have given you steroids, right? Ken? If he hung up, I understand why. Because he doesn't have a case. Did he hang up? Okay. So here's what and also one thing Ken did say, Cliff, he said that they should not have given him steroids. Even if you have a condition that contraindicates a medication, does a doctor have to check for every cross? Let's just say it is within the statute of limitations. What is a doctor's responsibility when they're giving you medication?
Well, a doctor's, the standard of care is what is reasonable within the medical community within your practice.
Sure. Whenever I went into the urgent care, they'd say, "Are you allergic to this or that or anything?" before they did it.
Exactly.
Now,
but,
go ahead.
Medical malpractice claims are so difficult.
And even if, let's put it this way, even if they gave you something that they should have seen you were allergic to, you still have to have a damage, right?
Right. You always need damages. You can have negligence, professional negligence, but unless you have damages, then you have a case, really, but it really has very little value and would be very difficult to prosecute because the cost of prosecuting medical malpractice claims is extremely high.
Right.
And if it's going to cost you $50,000 or $60,000 to prosecute the case, and you have $2,000 worth of damages, obviously it's
right.
not viable.
Now, with workers' comp, everything is scheduled as far as losses, right?
To an extent, yes. You have two types of injuries. You have injuries that are scheduled injuries, where every 1% of impairment is worth
a certain amount,
no matter what that injury is. Or you have whole person injuries, which is a formula that then depends upon how much you were making and what your age is.
Are there any kind of punitive damages in workers' comp?
Bad faith. But that's really a damage outside of work comp.
But if an employer is egregious, or if an employer just doesn't care, or they're just egregious, they're negligent, they know it, they don't care, they just take their chances. Does that play they're protected, aren't they, in a way?
Exactly. It's the exclusive remedy.
Wow.
In work comp. Years ago, when work comp was created, it was a trade-off. The deal basically was, if you're injured on the job, you're going to get medical care. If you lose function or a limb, you're going to get impairment. If you're going to get lost wages, you're going to get the treatment. But what you're giving up against the employer is the right to sue for negligence and tort. I mean, no matter how unsafe the workplace is, the exclusive remedy is work comp. Now, you may have OSHA. You may have an OSHA claim outside of that.
Or a third-party claim.
Not against the employer.
No,
you can never sue the employer.
Right. But if
it's caused by a third party, sure.
But can you do both? Can you do a third-party claim against the guy that manufactured the equipment that injured you because it was schlock equipment, and still get workers' comp?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But again, work comp then has a right to recover part of that third-party settlement or verdict.
All right.
To reimburse them for the medical expenses they've given you, even though they bought the bad equipment and used it.
Yeah. What percentage of your claims do you think, on a whole, can you find a third-party claim?
Probably, I'd say probably 15 to 20%.
All right. Cliff Enton, attorney at law, 303-333-2222. Just remember that, 333-2222. Now, Jessica, you have a question on solar panels. What's going on, Jess?
Hi.
Hi.
Tom, I just wanted to talk to you and see how you felt about putting solar panels on a house, because I'm kind of caught in the middle. I don't know if I want them or if I do want them.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see how you felt about them.
It's a great question, because I have some other issues in addition to the actual panel. So hold on, I promise. I'll get right to it.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
Things are as bad as cup of coffee this morning.
I'll get to you, sir, in a couple minutes here. I got some emails.
I-25, of course, slow downtown between Alameda and Colfax. Southbound slow, south of I-70, traveling down Fort Spear. Westbound I-70 slow in the elevated portion, and westbound 270 stop and go approaching Vasquez. The weather forecast. Going to be sunny today, a slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms near 92. Tonight, partly cloudy overnight, a low around 62. Right now, a few clouds above in Denver and 7.
So, Mark, guess what's not working on the G-Wagon?
6:30 K-How.
The worst possible thing that could happen yesterday. No air.
Is it fixed?
Now, here's the deal. No, they're coming to get it today. Think about this.
It's the compressor.
Oh, my God. I hope not. All right, let's talk about Sheridan Auto Tech. Really, Sheridan is the heart and soul of Kevin. Kevin is the owner, and he's been in business 20 years with thousands of satisfied customers. You know what? They have honesty, value, experience, knowledge, and convenience in Aurora on Havana, just south of 6th, and just west of Wadsworth in Aurora. SheridanAutotech.com, 303-455-7242. I know him personally and can highly recommend him. 303-455-7242. Oh, Mark, I hope it's not.
What happened to it?
It just started blowing hot air. But the driver's side's a little cooler, but still hot.
You should have Al look at it. I wouldn't bring it to the dealer.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, when it comes to the dealers are like,
I bet that compressor.
I can tell you something. Can you turn that off? I got to tell you something.
Amazed that I could start having real-life conversations right away. It was so fast. Now I'm speaking Spanish. Woohoo!
No wonder Babbel is the #1 selling language learning app in Europe. Try it for yourself and see why Babbel is the quick way to get conversational in a new language, like Spanish, French, or more. You can try Babbel for free. Go to Babbel.com or download the app and try it for free. That's Babbel, Babbel.com, or download the app to try it for free. That's Babbel.com.
Want to buy an RV? Bet you go to the internet. Everyone does, but they end up here at Century RV, north on I-25 at the Longmont exit, or in Lakewood, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims, next to Woodley's. New and used RVs, motorhomes, fifth wheels, pop-ups, and campers. A service center, too. CentryRV.com. Giant discounts and financing. CentryRV.com. Yeah. They've done some. Those things are bulletproof, they say, but I don't have any. This air stopped working. You know what's really weird is? It works when it's not cold, when it's not hot. Which means the differential is there. Yeah. It's just when it's cool.
That's probably going to be the...
It's got like a degree of differential.
No.
But not a lot.
Not if it's working sometimes.
No, and here's it on the driver's side.
If it's low enough, the compressor won't even kick on.
You mean the fluid? I mean the gas?
The Freon, yeah.
Well, this isn't Freon, it's the RG, whatever. Yeah.
Same shit. So,
yeah. But I need to get it fixed.
Oh, fuck.
Just open the window.
Yeah, what's wrong with
Stephanie and I were at
80, it's 96
Stephanie and I
today.
were at each other's throat. You know what? That really affects you.
Oh, fuck yeah, it does.
We're in the car.
Heat.
Oh, yeah.
Heat's worse than cold. At least cold you can throw a jacket.
I just don't like when it gets like the frigid for weeks. My main deal about winter are short days. I love winter. I love fall. I fucking love it. I don't like summer. People think I'm nuts. I don't like summer. Right now, I don't give a shit. When that fall starts coming, I come alive. Do you?
Yeah, we go up in the mountains.
What is it about fall? I just love it. I hate the short days.
It's the crispness in the air. I'm with you.
And there's more nostalgia with.
Absolutely.
Why is that? Everyone feels that way I talk to. Don't you feel that way, Mark?
Did you ever see this photo before, man? This is fucking creepy.
What is it?
I never heard of this story.
What is it?
This girl disappeared in 1969. She was riding her bike. She was like 16, 17 years old.
And they didn't keep her like that.
So years go by. No one ever found her. True story. 1,600 miles away in California or somewhere, they found this Polaroid in a grocery store parking lot. – 1,600 miles away, and that's the girl that disappeared.
Well, why would she be gagged like that?
I have no
years later. Did they
till
find
this
her?
day? No,
Did they find her?
No, till this day. She disappeared in.
So they didn't find her. Just the photo.
Just that photo years after.
How do they know that's her?
Because scars on her leg, and then the mother the FBI said it's her, but scars on her leg, I guess, in the photo.
So they're looking for her now in that area.
Fuck, I don't, dude. This all went down 30 years ago. They still have not found it. That's fucking creepy as fuck.
When did they find the photo?
The guy was probably cleaning out his car and just threw it out.
Did they find
Okay, so she disappeared in 1969.
When did they find the photo?
September 20th, 1988.
Oh.
20 years later, they find this photo.
Oh.
And how old was she when she went missing?
So that was
Mark,
20
was
years
she 8
ago.
years old?
Let me look here.
So she's probably 28 there.
She was getting ready for a tennis date with her boyfriend. She pedaled off, never to be seen again. Until June 1989, when a terrifying Polaroid showed up in a supermarket parking lot 1,600 miles away in Florida. The photograph depicted a teenage female and a young boy about 10 staring into the camera.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This is chilling. Jessica, on solar, there's so much to consider. First, the quality of products, okay, we have to think about, but then you have to think about whether you want to purchase or lease. I always recommend, unless you're going to keep the house, truly keep it, I recommend you buy the system. If you're going to keep the house, it doesn't matter. But are you asking, is there enough payback? My true, honest-to-God feeling about solar is I wouldn't do solar, personally.
That you would not?
Yes, I would not, because there's not enough it can do. Now, if I had a solar sponsor, I would gladly advertise solar for those who want it. There are people who are going to live in their home a long time, and they truly want it. They're going to get the tax benefits, and the system is not going to cost that much up front, and they would be happy to have solar. I don't want it. I don't want any part of it, the maintenance, the repair, the upkeep. Here's why. There are not enough solid companies that service it. There are plenty of companies that will sell the systems, but to get them serviced over the years, you do not have the continuity, if that makes sense. There's almost no continuity in the solar business. There are a few companies that have been around a long time, but they don't really want to service unless it's their own stuff. So it's difficult. The chances of the ones selling you being in business are small, and the chances of another company still around wanting to service yours are nil. We had a great solar. What was the name of the solar company we had? It was a good company.
They're still on a referral list. They're great guys.
I know they are.
Cam Solar.
Cam Solar. I know they're great guys, but they don't want to service other people's stuff. They're hoping they can sell you a system.
If you were getting a system, I'd call them.
Yeah, they'll do yours, and they'll keep yours. Good. But here's the thing. If you're going to keep a home, you know, you will have good luck with them. They've been around 20 years or more. But are you going to keep your home, Jessica?
Well, we've been in it 17 years.
Do you want?
And,
okay.
You know, we don't know. Yeah.
Do you have expensive?
We're trying to decide.
Do you have expensive energy bills?
Not really. We have central air conditioning, but our utility bills really aren't that bad.
Then I would say no. In that case, here's what I would do if I were you, or anyone. Before I do anything, I make sure that my attic is exhausted. I mean an attic, not a whole house fan, but an attic fan. Or I had proper ventilation in the attic, meaning venting in the soffits and on the ridges or on the roof. And for that, you have to call a roof specialist like Excel Roofing, okay? Or any good roof specialist. If I knew, and most houses, I shouldn't say most, about half of the houses have great attic ventilation, about half don't. Once you know you have ventilation in the attic, I would get a whole house fan. That would be my second thing.
You know, Cam Solar, if you call them up, they will actually tell you how much energy you can create, and you can factor in your break-even point.
Yeah, they can do that without coming to your home. They can do that with mapping software. They're a very dependable company, but I personally would not opt to have solar on my home. I just wouldn't. I can't even tell you why, Jessica. I guess, I don't know. I just don't feel like it's necessary for me. I use a whole house fan. I have attic ventilation, and I monitor my house, and we don't have a lot of big bills. But you know, if it's wishy-washy, don't go that way. You know, it's got to be something you really want to save money. You have really huge bills, and you have a lot of roof space, and you can save money. So I have the Hormone Bros with me. Don't forget. And one of the most popular things they get calls on are thread lifts. That's because they have immediate results. Meaning, and I want people to know something. The thing I like about a thread lift is not necessarily that it's an immediate result, but it doesn't wear out. It ages with you, but it doesn't wear out. It doesn't go away. Fillers, even the best of fillers, go away, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
How long does it take for a filler? What's the longest filler?
Some can last up to 18 months, but...
What's that? Juvederm?
It's a Juvederm product, but it's for usually cheeks.
Okay. Now, in addition to fillers, you have the Botox treatment. And Botox, the jury's still out on that for me. Do you do a lot of Botox?
We do, yeah.
Have you ever done it?
No,
okay.
Not me personally.
Now, do you see these wrinkles I have?
Mm-hmm.
Botox is designed to relax your face where you don't get those.
Correct.
What if you already have them from doing it? Does the Botox remove them?
Sure, it'll soften them out, absolutely.
Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to talk about how a thread lift differs from all of that. Plus, Billy has a question on a deductible. Stick around. Carolyn, we did not forget about you in the dental work. Roy, his granddaughter is abusive, he's saying. Let's talk about all of this. I'm Tom Martino for Ideal Home Loans. For your next Ideal Home Loan, because Ideal wants to make sure if they...
Her name is Tara Calico.
I am so distraught about it. All of this shit. Think about right now, how many people right now are in a terrible situation.
Oh, you can. I mean, if you leave this country, holy shit.
Somebody asked about it and put it online.
What? It's fucking creepy, ain't it?
Was this in Florida?
Yeah, so in '88 she disappears, and then 1,600 miles away in Florida. She disappeared from New Mexico. 1,600 miles away, they found that photo of her.
Not her, the photo.
The photo of her in the parking lot of the supermarket. And then the boy next to her, they still till this day have no idea who that is.
And she's still nowhere to be found.
Fuck, that's creepy.
Well, just think of the parents, how much they thought it
Oh,
was just...
and that book next to her in the photo, that was her favorite author. And then they matched up scars on her legs to... The FBI says it's her.
So they know it's
the mom says it's her, the FBI says it's her.
Oh, that just gives you... Oh, that's creepy.
No, do you think of what they would have... Parents got to just imagine the worst, what they went through.
Yeah. No closure.
No closure. And then this.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah.
This will be... You know that Vegas one? They still don't have a fucking motive all these years later. What the fuck? And that dude had like airplanes, a nice house and shit. I mean, it was really fucked.
Yeah. The cops, they were so screwed up in that.
That one little chicken cop, they finally fired him like a year later.
Which chicken cop? The one that wouldn't go in?
Yeah, he wouldn't go into the room.
Mm-hmm.
They said because...
and then they made him out as a hero. 1969, huh? That was.
President Trump offering condolences.
We grieve for their families, and we ask that God will comfort them with.
Well, he wasn't as chicken as the one from Florida.
Say it again.
Oh,
The chicken, the real, is the one from Florida. At school.
Did you put the picture of that photo up? Did you find it?
Yeah.
Tell me that's just fucking crazy.
Well, it's like I say, what's terrible, if I was the parents, I wouldn't have wanted to see this. I'd rather just remember them as they are.
Yeah, but it also in a weird way gives you hope they're still kicking.
Yeah.
It's those unsolved fucking mysteries. Remember that show, Unsolved Mysteries? That was a fucking great show.
Yeah, it was.
I wonder why that went away.
Well,
it was creepy as shit.
Because of the unsolved part of it.
So that's probably in a van, right? That's probably in a van.
What do you mean? Yeah, that's what it said. They said they think it was an event. And, ironically enough, right where it was found, there was a white Toyota van with no windows.
She was 12?
No, she had to be older than 12. I think she was 16, 17.
She's about your age, Tom. She would be about your age.
Well,
she was born,
if she's alive. How many people, though, right now, are there being kept captive we don't know about because of, because there's just, we don't know. Like, how many, every once in a while they say somebody was discovered and she had been in there 10 years. And
how many others that are out there that are like that? Terrible.
My mother used to call me trouble.
It was in like Ohio or something. Those two were locked up in that guy's basement.
Yeah.
Is that Ohio?
Yeah, something like Ohio, Michigan, somewhere in there.
I just get sad. I get sad.
What do you mean?
When I think about the potential. Like in Thailand.
I thought she was abducted in 1989.
My mom used to call me a dark soul because she says you worry too much. Because every once in a while I'll just think about shit like that, like who's hurting and.
Oh, there's so many people in this world. It's fucking, you can't even
See,
imagine.
I know, and
And you know what's really weird is people.
You can drive yourself fucking nuts.
The worst poverty you can imagine.
She was abducted in 1980.
Oh, in college
she was born in
this thing on, it was on like the
yeah.
chocolate.
But and then a year later they found
in
the
Africa. Like they're taking these kids away from their families and taking them to the coast of South Africa.
Oh yeah, they're slaves.
Slaves for
literally slaves.
For like the fine chocolates of the world, and to be slaves. And
what about that BTK killer that was a family man?
BTK, what did it stand for?
It stood for what he did,
bound, tied, gagged,
something like
BTK.
that. But he was so cruel, and then he would go out. He would I think he was a teacher or something normal. And then
normal life.
And then he talked about, then he felt a kill coming on. He had the urge. He had to go out. He had to satisfy it. And who talked like that was Dexter on that show. What a brilliant show.
Yeah.
I think Dexter was, I think he was discovered after Dexter, though.
But he didn't, I thought
he only went after bad guys, right, that's true. And Dexter, what a fucked up show that was, where I was rooting for a serial killer. Don't get caught.
Yeah, but he was only killing people that are supposed to be killed.
Yeah, but that's right. But
you know who played great in there? The guy who's the bald guy. He was one of the last serial killers. He was also on Third Rock from the Sun. He was fucking a great actor.
Oh, Lithgow.
Fuck, he's good.
John is one of the greatest actors of all time, actually.
Oh my God, is he good?
He's one of the greatest.
His range is fucking ridiculous.
One of the greatest actors of all time.
Comedian to serial killer.
Yeah. Oh, he can do anything. The guy is a genius.
Torture, kill.
Blind?
No, bind,
torture, kill.
Jesus, that was his fucking nickname. How about the Lopper?
What's that?
The Whopper. He would cut your head off. They called him the Whopper.
That's why Jerry stayed. He made up with his girlfriend because he didn't want to go through the park at dark.
The Whopper. What was his real name? It was a real serial killer from New York, remember?
Do you have a beagle, Mark?
Have a what?
A beagle.
Yes, I got.
You will love this video. Jesus, this guy is smart, but you got to watch the whole thing. Oh, what a bad dog when his parents aren't there.
Oh, the fucking beagles are horrible.
Wait, you got to see this part.
They fucking lie.
Would you watch? You got to watch it. I'm gonna send it to you, but you got to fucking watch it. At the end, this guy moves a chair over to the counter so he can climb. Hi, Tom Martino here, and I'm so happy to be here. And I guess I can tell you that we're going to be 4 hours soon, so we'll have an extra hour to have some fun and games and solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. John is with us, flouting Revitalized Health. A nurse practitioner. Did you know nurse practitioners can have their own office and treat people like they do way more than a physician's assistant? I don't even know why they bother with physician's assistants training programs. And nurses and nurse practitioners can prescribe. They can do so much. Anyway, he's with the Hormone Bros, and we talk about what they do, and we were talking about thread lifts, and I'll get into that in a little while again, because it's a real, I find it fascinating. 303-713-TALK. Okay, let's keep going here, all right? We had Billy waiting for a while, and Billy, let's go. What's going on, Billy?
Well, first I have to give kudos to Suzanne.
Okay. Why?
Because she goes above and beyond.
She
I called
does.
last week. I'm in Lyman. I had a big hailstorm. Couldn't get anybody. She found people for me.
That's so cool. That's really great.
Then I started thinking, I have to give kudos to you because I've called you so many times over the last couple of decades, and you've helped me so many times, and we have to give you kudos.
Well, thank you. It's a team effort, and we love doing it. I'm blessed with people around me who love doing it too. So, Billy, what's this deductible thing going on?
Okay, so I had the hailstorm, and I am under the impression that my deductible is for the event. One deductible for the event. Someone told me this morning that they think that it's one deductible for the roof, one deductible for the siding, one for the windows.
No. It's a deductible. Now, listen, if they're there doing siding because there was a hail claim, and then they see hail damage on the roof, but they discern, and they usually try to discern this way, that hail was from an earlier storm, then they would call it a different event and charge you a different deductible. So it is per incident, sudden and accidental, or someone else's negligence. It would be an event, but no, there is not a deductible for each item. Now, could there be a policy written that way? I've not heard of one yet, but hey, I don't put it past them. Now they're doing all kinds of new things, and I urge everyone to check their policies. Check your policy because they send you little changes in the mail and you don't pay attention to them. For example, your deductible could be a percentage of damage or percentage of home value. I mean, really, we've seen cases where the deductible is more than the roof, so you have no coverage. The other one is not just percentage of deductibles, but actual cash value, meaning that's all you get. You're no longer getting replacement. So if they figure out that your roof is worth, at the time, it was a 15-year-old roof, and it's worth $5,000, but it's going to take you $25,000 to replace it, you don't get that. So just check your policy, Billy.
Okay, thank you. I stay on top of that just because of listening to you.
Well, thanks, Billy. We appreciate it. And you know you're always welcome to stop in and say hello. Carolyn, sorry for the wait. What's happening, Carolyn?
Yes, Tom. I went to the dentist and because I was having a lot of pain and discomfort, and they took a lot of x-rays and all that was...
How long ago?
Last week.
Okay. And how long had it been?
Well, because of my work schedule, I hadn't been in 2 years.
Oh, that's not terrible. I mean, it's not as bad as some people. So, let's cut right to the chase. How can we help you?
I don't know. I thought my Delta Dental through Denver Public Schools, it used to be great.
No, Delta Dental and most dental plans do not cover much. And that's just a bugaboo of mine. It's a pet peeve. I think health and dental should not be separated. They should be one and the same. Why have a dental plan? It should be the same. I don't understand it. It's so important to our health. So anyway, keep going. So you have a bad plan. How much does it turn out that you need in dental work?
Well, my part, they said from all the work is $8,000.
Oh my God! How much is the total job?
Oh my God! I sent you a copy of it. I don't.
Just give me an idea. Like, is it 20?
It was under 20. I think it was 18 something.
So you're okay. You're almost paying half.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, and what kind of work is it?
Well, they're going to extract about 7 teeth, which really won't leave me that much, and a couple are surgical because the nerves are so long.
Do you need implants?
No, I'm not getting. I went the cheap way. I'm getting what do you call it? Upper and lower.
Dentures?
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Upper and lower, and it's not. It's a partial upper and lower partial.
So they're not going to be anchored in your jaw.
It's not going to be steady.
Well, let me just tell you that your bone will deteriorate without teeth.
That's what. But see, I couldn't afford anything more than
but
that.
it will deteriorate, and your dentures get less fitting.
Well, I'm almost 70. In a year, I should be 70.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know.
I think you're making a bad decision, but you can't afford it.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is the money? I can't afford it.
You know, for all of the criticism and controversy sparked by what is the one? Is it Perfect Teeth? Which is the one that is a marketing group? They're not really. No, I don't know. One of them. No, not that one. There's one of them that on Christmas Eve they do free dental work for anyone who free dental work for anyone who shows up. And I've covered it before as a story. I think it's Perfect Teeth. Whatever. It's not a franchise. They're a marketing group.
We got a guy, Clint, that works with us, Deputy Clint.
Oh, he went to Mexico.
He goes to Mexico. I'd go to Dr. Kelly, though.
Yeah, you can go to Mexico and get cheap prices. You really can. Have you been to Mexico?
No, I can't. I don't travel because I'm too poor.
Yeah. So if you had money to go to Mexico, you could pay for this, you're figuring.
Wow.
So why did your teeth get so bad in 2 years? That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I think it's always been because I've always had trouble and just chewed on my left side, and the teeth that got real bad, they had a lot of fillings, and they're huge fillings now. I guess they kept on filling the same, and then now I get. I had an inner
it was Comfort Dental that does the Christmas Eve. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, Comfort Dental. Okay.
So
just over years.
I don't know. We don't have anyone who does this or low-cost dental. I don't know of anyone. I don't know.
How about dental schools? They got to practice on somebody, right?
And they're not that bad, actually, because they're supervised. You might want to try dental colleges or schools or finance plans. Like, do you have good credit?
Yeah, I already have something on Care Credit that I'm paying for another medical thing.
How much interest do they charge you?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to. It's kind of high.
Okay. Listen, I'm going to leave this open for us to find out and more for you. Get her information And then anyone with ideas, please either call or write to us, help@troubleshooter.com.
Clint just talked to her and stuff. And give her
She can't afford to get to Mexico, she said.
She could drive there.
She can't afford to drive. So now what's your answer, bud?
Oh, does Clint fly or does he drive it? But you have to go back several times. She sounds like she's got some. I think she said 8 extractions. Actually, I tell you what, health is everything.
Traffic and weather. I'm Pete Blackner. 630 K-House. Exxon and Mobil's new Synergy Supreme Plus Premium Gasoline. Their best fuel ever keeps your engine 2 times cleaner for better gas.
I'm going to send you this.
Supreme. It's
The Beagle.
You got to watch the
All right. So how long is it?
Oh, it's not long at all. Just watch the whole thing. It's great. Let's talk about the Raleigh House. The Raleigh House is a addiction treatment facility. They have several locations in the metro area. The thing I like most about the Raleigh House is not only do they have wonderful treatment facilities and varied treatment for different lifestyles, they also will answer any question you have on addiction. Think about that. People always have questions like, how do I know? How do I know there's an addict? What do I look for? And how do I approach them? And what kind of treatments are there? How does yours differ from others? And what does treatment cost in general? Does insurance pay for it? And how can I figure out how to help them? Are there any free programs? And then let's talk about an appointment at the Raleigh House. But there is no obligation. Any question you have, 720-730-9722. 720-730-9722. TheRaleighHouse.com. Mark, doesn't it make sense? You just tell me. Look at line 2, and then tell me if doesn't it make sense to do Simply Floors. I mean, I know you guys like this guy, but
No. It depends what it is. Simply doesn't do all Big Bear. I mean, he does flooring, but he does the sanding and
they went out to look at a thing for a
screening.
They went out to look for
Simply Floors doesn't do that.
This is a different problem anyway. They went out to inspect for us. I wasn't.
Oh yeah, whatever happened with that?
This is what we're going to find out.
What did Carpet Exchange do? They scuffed. Oh, they moved the furniture and dented the floor or something.
Scratched it.
Dented.
Scratched
Dented.
And
Dented.
they want to just do
you know
a
something?
small area.
In any given day, these guys, it's almost like they look for fucking conflict.
Who?
These two.
Who?
Like he says something and then you counter it.
but I'm
Or you
right.
say something
He's
and he
never been
counters
right
it.
there.
I'm always right.
Dan always throws in the fact that he's an engineer.
Engineer. I've got the shirt to prove it.
And Mark wants to do that because
Mark
he
gets
bought
louder.
a shirt.
I've got the shirt to
Mark's
prove I'm
theory
an
is,
engineer.
the louder I get, the righter I am.
Which is a very true statement.
The writer.
The writer.
That's not
No
very good.
diction for
No
you,
diction.
bud.
Bad diction today.
The writer.
Okay, I'm going to see how good you are. Don't think about it. I'm going to give you a couple words to say. Ready? Author. Say
Author.
it. Okay. What is a vet?
It depends.
What does it mean? What is vet short for?
It could be veterinarian. It could be a foreign.
You said it wrong. It's not veterinarian.
I didn't say veterinarian. I
What-
said veterinarian. I said veterinarian.
No, you didn't.
I said veterinarian. That's what I said.
Wrong.
He heard it.
Veterinarian.
I
You
don't
guys
say
are
I said
playing
veterinarian.
veteran.
games
He
today.
said it wrong.
Tom, remember the
He did. He
Carpet
was way
Exchange
off.
scratched your floors last week? We sent Big Bear flooring out, so now I have Big Bear flooring on and her on for the follow-up. And I sent Dan, I sent you guys pictures of the scratched floors.
Oh, good. Where?
So it was scratched. It wasn't dented. Mark said
it's
dented.
Is it dented?
No, they're scratched bad.
Oh my God! Look at them. They're horrible.
So
Wait, you found him? Oh, there it is. First up.
Those are
bad.
like dented.
the problem is you can't repair the flooring.
Fuck.
Where is it? You sent it to my.
to Dan at Troubleshooter.
What do you mean you can't? You can sand. Oh, unless
No.
he's saying there's no room to sand down.
No, and he
I don't see
said,
anything here.
Oh, but the next one, you can kind of see it, but the first one you can. He said because she's been using wax-based products, you can't repair it. That's what Robert says. So I don't know.
Yeah, but you can usually get rid of the wax.
To clean it.
Can't you?
But
A
she's had
screen job will get rid of the
or
wax.
three
What?
different bids say it can't be repaired. The floor has to be replaced.
Really?
Three different companies.
Holy cow.
I guess they're not fucking around then.
Yeah.
They dented it so bad.
I'm not even going to put that. Scratched.
I'm Tom Martino. One Clear Choice Garage Doors is my clear choice for any garage door work. Chris Chapman, former Marine, runs it like the military. No, seriously, they're good people. Fast, efficient, immediate when you need them for emergencies or just to replace your openers. They have silent openers. Goodness gracious, they're wonderful. Anyway, OneClearChoiceDoors.com, 303-565-6409. The Hormone Bros are with us. We were talking about thread lifts, and we have a few questions on those. But I want to get to this because I have somebody standing by. And then I want to talk to Catherine because apparently she was arrested even after complying. So Rose called us and had Carpet Exchange out to do some carpeting. And we have no problem with the carpet work, but they moved furniture. And then after moving everything back, when the job was completed, you noticed what, Rose? What did you notice?
Scratches on my wood floor.
And we have pictures now. We didn't have them before. And then we wanted to send an expert out from the referral list, although you had people tell you. What kind of floor is it? Is it real hardwood or is it engineered? Is it veneer? What is it?
It's real wood.
And real wood can be finished usually. But I'm hearing your floor can't be repaired. I've never heard of a hardwood ever in my life that could not be repaired, unless it's a veneer.
No, it's hardwood.
Okay, let's talk to the expert. And what are you saying, Rose? What were the experts telling you?
Bear Flooring said it could be repaired.
Oh,
and that was great.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got the wrong information. I think, Suzanne, you misunderstood. You said it couldn't be repaired, right? Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, she may have misheard. Robert?
Hey.
So, can it be repaired?
Yeah, I probably didn't speak very clearly to Suzanne about it. No, what I said is we couldn't do a spot repair. Because of where it was at and the color of the floor, basically, and the matching up of the finish.
Okay.
The floor can be resanded. Rose takes pretty good care of the floor. It looks good for the shape it's in. But
would it take more? Would it take more than a screen coat, a screening?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
When you're using, a screen does not take any of the. If there's any cleaning products that are embedded down in the wood, they won't accept a finish anymore, and I saw that. I just don't think I would feel comfortable trying to do it, and it sounds like the other two companies agreed the same thing. We all said the same thing.
Is there a breaking point anywhere that would make it less expensive, or does it have to go throughout the entire house?
Well, it's all connected, and it's not that large an area, Tom. It's only like 500 feet, so it's not a huge main area. So
what would it cost to go in and do the job?
It's like $2,750, and that's done.
Okay.
The only thing that is not encompassing is she would have to have a plumber. We'll move her appliances, but we technically cannot unhook or rehook gas or water lines.
And that's not that difficult. You can have a good. Yeah, that's not going to be hard. Okay. So really, I mean, that's just the way it is. Could you tell what happened?
Yeah, they drug a piece of furniture over it, and like any wood floor, it looks to me like they. And I wasn't there when they did it, but I had three guys, me and two people, go look at this. It looks like they used a little piece of carpet maybe and put it on there, and maybe a staple was in it, and that's where the deep scratches came.
So, Rose, what did Carpet Exchange offer?
Okay, their floor company came out here, and they said that it would cost like $4,000, and then they would only pay like for $1,200 of it because that's all they scratched. But then when you have to do the whole entire floor, they want me to pay $3,000, and they pay.
I understand. I understand. And in reality, you would have paid for almost the whole job, and that price was probably inflated, according to the prices we're getting. But Robert, another question, Robert, could if you looked at that floor other than that spot, when would that floor be due for another finish?
That's hard to say. I don't know. Rose, when was the last time you had that floor resanded?
Not that long ago, because we don't have any kids. We don't have any pets.
2 years? Is that 5 years? Is that 3 weeks? What is it?
Oh, probably a couple years.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not asking when it was done last. I'm asking from your professional view. If you looked at it, that floor.
I'm wondering how. I'm going by where and how long it's been refinished and what it looks like now.
Was it good for? Does it look like it could be good for 5 more, 10 more?
Oh, easily. I mean, my floor, and you know how hard I am with my wheelchair. I mean, my floor hasn't been sanded in 9 years.
Okay, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. The betterment argument is off the table, I think. I think that's ridiculous to try to nitpick that. I think they should just pony up and do the damn thing. I don't understand what the problem is.
Well, I think, I don't know, Rose, I think you should send my bid to that manager that quoted you that.
Yeah.
And
yes.
just tell him to call me. And let me try to help. If I can, I'll talk to him, because I know if my crew did something like this, my carpet crew, it wouldn't have got to the Martino show, I can tell you that. I mean, it would have already been done.
Well, you know, listen, Carpet Exchange does a tremendous volume. Have we talked to the manager yet, Suzanne? Has anyone been on this case? Or we were waiting, weren't we?
We want an expert opinion first, Tom.
That's right. So, who should we give this to call? I mean, let's Deputy Dan, and if you can't get to it right this minute, I think this is, now that we have Big Bear Flooring from the referral list looking at it, I think that helps. Okay. Let me get to this really quickly here on a thread lift. We say that it doesn't really go away, but it can age away. Can you explain that?
Yeah, because, I mean, you're doing the thread list
for immediate, right?
Yeah, immediate results.
So that can lift a portion of the face.
Absolutely.
Then what?
And during the next few months, you're building collagen around that thread.
Natural collagen.
Natural collagen.
And so it would tend to stay there then.
Yep, correct.
And then after the growth of the collagen.
Yep. And then it's just the natural aging process.
Okay. So about how long would it take to get back to where it was? I know it depends on gene type.
The results can last up to a couple years. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean, because it's whatever your normal collagen would take.
Yep.
Okay. So that's the whole idea. We start losing collagen at what age?
Oh, same thing with hormones. I mean, usually 30s, you just start naturally depleting collagen.
Okay, so are there foods, or is that a bunch of crap? You see collagen in a bottle.
Yeah.
You can't take, can you?
You know, my personal opinion on it is no. It's like trying to spot treat, fat loss on a diet. It just can't happen. But the best way to build a collagen is CIT, collagen induction therapy, with trauma.
What? Okay, see, trauma meaning when you induce a little trauma, your body heals it, and in the case of a face, it would send collagen to the area.
Yep. And there's,
that's microneedling.
Microneedling does the same thing too. PRP.
So if you did a thread lift and then followed it up in a year or so with, could you keep it alive longer, the thread lift?
Yeah, you can do microneedling. Every 6 months if you wanted to, and then we've had people that have done multiple thread lifts, so they'll wait 4 or 5 months and they'll do more and keep tightening until you get results. Sure.
But okay, and where's that cool video you had of the thread lift? Is it on your site?
It is, yeah.
TheHormoneBros.com. Okay, we got more coming right up. By the way, that domain is expiring. I need to transfer it to you.
Okay.
I thought we did that already.
Okay.
We did not. Then you won't be we won't have a stranglehold on you.
Across town at this time, earlier, right southbound 225, approaching I-25, long cleared out of the way, traffic flow quickly getting back.
But really, get somebody. Who do I email that notice to? Oh wait, what do I do to get it to them? From my domain.
I don't know. I've never transferred one. I just have to look at it. It can't be that hard. See,
it's on GoDaddy.
Someone needs to have a GoDaddy account.
Okay.
Who does your website now?
Well, Joe has monitored.
Well, that's
it,
good.
But we actually are with this new marketing company that's taken over our social media and our revamped
Do they
website.
do doctors in general or what? What do they? Hold on. Get your ideal loan from Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. I say that, and there's a lot of ideals in that because it's for real. That all rhymes, my goodness. Ideal home loan for your next ideal home loan, and that's for real, and here's why. The interest rate guarantee is the #1. I mean, that is the bomb. You are in protection for 2 years. If they go down, they refinance you free of charge. And then you get another 2 years, and then another 2 years. So, they also have a quick close, 3 weeks or less, and they put all their promises in writing, and if you get a pre-approval, it's like a cash deal. You're approved, not qualified, approved. You went through all the documentation and everything it takes, and all they need to do is to get the title work, and they close. Get your offer to the top. Get serious about buying a home. Get pre-approved from idealhomeloans.com. 303-867-7000. 303-867-7000. Okay, so
they have done some medical clients.
What?
The marketing people.
So, would you have them tell them I have a domain and you want it, and it's on GoDaddy. Ask them what to do.
Okay.
Because you forward right now to it.
Yeah.
I mean, or it forwards to you.
Yes.
Don't ever use, unless for some reason you revitalize Dash Health. I mean, there's no reason to.
Yeah, I know.
There's nothing wrong with having it, but you don't need it.
No.
It might happen with search engines here and there if they search for you, but...
No, the Home Run Bros has been great.
So give them a call at 720-440-8200 to learn about their huge summer move-in incentives. 720-440...
I'm going to do a Centeno right now, guys.
Learn more at rosskominsky.com/Carolon. That's rosskominsky.com/CARILLION.
You know, there are different kinds of therapy for pain, arthritis, ligaments that are torn, and ACL. And Dr. Chris Centeno, at Chris Centeno Schultz, and the entire team, they are highly trained to help you get over the sports injury, to stop arthritis, to try to get rid of the pain the best way possible. Sometimes that is living stem cell therapy, and that's what they do. And they do true living stem cell therapy, unlike most other clinics. They are the best. Now, if you need PRP or some other kind of treatment, they can do it. Centeno Schultz. Go there first. There's nothing to lose. Get an evaluation. Attend one of their seminars. That's free. And they'll give you a screening and read your MRI. And they'll even do ultrasound there. 303-963-9201. TheStemCellExperts.com.
Consumers Real Estate Show. That's right, a real estate show.
I got a call back on the Carpet Exchange
the
at
consumer.
noon.
Every
The
Saturday
manager's
from 8
out
to
till
9
noon.
a.m. right here on Talk Radio 630 KHAP. The Consumers Real Estate Show, Saturday mornings at 8 on 630 KHAP.
Icon Eye Care is your hometown LASIK partner of the Denver Broncos. Hello, I'm Tom Martino. Icon Eye Care has done more than 250,000 LASIK procedures in Colorado with the top surgeons around. I'm getting the word out about
Oh, I didn't send you that little...
LASIK Center of Excellence.
That little
See
bastard
the
yet.
world in a whole new light.
I love it.
Toss your glasses and contacts away. Call Icon
do I share a
today
share?
for your free LASIK consultation at 866-GOT-ICON or visit iconeyecare.com.
There I go.
I've never purchased a product ever where I found immediate benefits that day. Within 10 minutes, my house was cooler. I have used my air conditioner 1/3.
I'm sending you a post,
Since getting
Suzanne.
this QC, Colorado. That's the name for the whole house fans. Some people call them attic fans. Extension 720-398-4510.
Hello?
720-398-4510. ExcelRoofing.com.
Hey, this is Tom Martino. I'm on the air right now. We're doing a commercial. What time will you be coming down? Okay. All right. So if you call me, I'll have my assistant get in touch. Okay, and she'll come out. Thanks. Okay. Bye. Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Okay, so the Hormone Bros are with us. We're talking about thread lifts and how long they last, and there's some other things. If you have any questions, give us a call, 303-713-TALK. Now, I want to talk to Catherine because this sounds serious. Catherine, thank you for waiting. What's going on with you, Catherine?
Well, you're welcome. Well, first of all, I want to say you helped me a few years ago, and I was doing crisis intervention training for the Denver police, and I never got paid by a third party who was hired to.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I tried to get paid for like 3 months, and then you got me paid within just like maybe 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, and we had to put their name out. They weren't very happy.
Yeah,
so what's happening now?
Well, I guess I partly think of that because now I'm dealing with the police again.
Really?
I got pulled over. Yeah, I got pulled over in Georgetown for a minor traffic violation, and the guy said, "Oh, I'm just going to give you a warning." And then I turned out my registration, and my license had expired.
Both
recently.
of them. Both of them expired.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's not really the point of the story. I feel bad about that. That was stupid. But I went within about 4 days. It was November 10th when that happened. And then November 14th, I went to the DMV, and I paid the traffic ticket. I got my license renewed, and I went and got my registration renewed.
Okay.
And then, so I thought, oh, okay, great, everything's good. And then, so on Friday, I was driving to a job. I'm a professional face painter also. I was going to a client up at the Boulder Reservoir, and I got stopped for an incomplete stop at a stop sign. And
let me guess, that was not recorded yet on the computers.
They didn't record that I paid that traffic violation.
They did record it. It just didn't hit the computers. We've had this happen before, and usually people carry the paperwork, or they tell you to carry the paperwork around, but they could easily see the sticker on your plate, right?
No, that's not it. They thought I hadn't paid my traffic violation. They thought I never paid that ticket.
Oh, the ticket. You mean the ticket that sent you in there to begin with?
Yeah. So,
how much time lapsed from the time you paid it to the time you were pulled over again?
It was last November, so whatever that is, like 9 months or something.
Okay, so this is not a case.
March, April, May,
okay,
June, July.
I thought it was a case where you immediately did something and then you were immediately pulled over. But they should have had this recorded. So what happened as a result?
Well, I was sitting there a long time, and I said, "Hey, do you know how long this will take? I really have to get to work." And the guy said, "Well, this is going to take about an hour." And I was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" So I just was sitting there more, and then he said, "Ma'am, get out of the car." And I got out of the car.
Did he put cuffs on you?
Yeah, there was 2 other policemen there. I got patted down. They put cuffs on me. I said, "This is
that's too bad."
This is a false. I said, "This is a false arrest." And the guy goes, the other cop that was there to assist was like, "No, it's not, ma'am. We've got a warrant." All that stuff.
Yep.
And they were going to put me in jail, and I had to go to work. Like, this is I would lose a lot of money.
So what happened? What ended up happening?
Well, he said, "I'm going to try to help you. If you can post bail, I won't put you in jail." So I had to come up with $550 cash.
Wait. Hold on a second. Did you pay $500 to the cop?
No.
Oh.
No, I paid it at the station.
Okay.
So yeah, sorry, chronologically I should maybe go a little
So you went to court, you went for a hearing and paid bond. Okay, then what?
No. I'm still in handcuffs. We go to the the police department. My stepdad was kind enough to meet us there and pay the bond.
Okay.
I actually had the cash, but I was handcuffed. I couldn't get it. So then he says my driver's license is suspended until I go to court in August. And I'm like, I've got to drive. I drive all over for my job.
Okay, so how? I mean, but couldn't they just check the record to see that you had paid it?
Right. Yeah, and they said I hadn't. They kept telling me I hadn't.
Okay, so speed to the end. Did they finally figure out you paid it?
No.
So you are still without a license?
Right, and I came home that night, and I did find it. I thank God I found the receipt, and the receipt says payment type cash. So if I did not have this receipt, I would be really, really.
So
really
did you take that to? Did you take that to somewhere?
Not yet. I mean, it's been the weekend, so I was going to take it over to the DMV. But I also, and another thing is, I called.
Yeah, but you know what?
DMV
Here's a technicality. Here's a technicality. If you take it to DMV and show it was paid, I don't really, and then they record it. I think you may still have to, as crazy as this sounds, you may have to go before a judge to have it dismissed.
Yeah, well, that's what they were telling me before.
So you could still be without your license. And if you're driving without your license, you're going to be in trouble. When is your hearing?
August 13th, I think.
August. So you have a few more days to wait it out, or you can try to get in with some urgent. Hold on. Can we try to get Joe Lazzara on? I would like to know what happens in a case like this. She got caught in the system, and I want to see if there's a way to expedite the hearing so she doesn't have to drive without a license and get in more trouble. That's going to be the big deal. Chris, on the flooring products, you had some comments. Were you talking about the hardwood floor we were talking about?
Yeah, I've done a couple of hardwood floors for houses we've owned. And when I was doing them, I did some research. I don't think people realize out there's commercial products to finish the hardwood floors that in a residential application, you'll never have to refinish them again.
Well, you're saying they're that hardy?
Yeah, they're made for 10 years of commercial use, like in a department store.
Yeah, but moving furniture over something that's pretty bad. You know what I'm saying, right? I mean, all I'm saying is, so his point is, if you have it done right, that it'll withstand all of that stuff. 303-713-TALK. Jared, what's going on with your sewer repair?
Yes, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So I had Fix It 24/7 come out. I'm in the middle of refinishing a house. Let somebody who was working for me stay here for 2 weeks, and the sewer got backed up. Fix It 24/7 came out, looked at the sewer, and it looks like the main line is disconnected from the house right as it comes out of the house. And probably one or two spots down the line.
Wow, how'd that happen?
The problem is, it was built in 1972.
Okay.
So I'm not really quite sure. There are some roots that got in there.
Yeah.
And some other things. So I sent a copy of my homeowner's covenants and that kind of stuff to see whether I would be liable for that or my homeowners.
Is this a single family?
My HOA would be liable.
Is this a single family home?
It's a townhome.
A townhome. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so I think you are still responsible. Does each townhome, how are they situated? Are they side by side? Are they stacked? What are they?
They're side by side. So I live in.
So each one has its own sewer line.
Well, my sewer line runs out, and it runs out from my house and under my neighbor's driveway and connects to my neighbor's sewer line, it looks like, and possibly one other neighbor's sewer line before they run into the street.
But it's broken on your end, right?
It looks like it's broken under my driveway, but to repair it, they're going to have to open up a spot in the street and a spot under my neighbor's driveway as well.
Of course.
And they can't get all the way down, but it looks like it might be disconnected underneath my neighbor's driveway as well.
Right.
But they
Well,
can't tell for
all right.
sure.
Here's the deal. If it's your service line, no matter where it runs, you're responsible for it usually. And that now there are some different kinds of condominiums, even though it's a townhome, it's called condominium rules, where condominiums or HOAs take full responsibility, but you won't know without knowing. I mean, you won't know without asking and reading your documents, somewhere in your documents. So when they tell you you're responsible, could you ask them where you can go to reference that?
So here's the thing, and I sent you my documents. There is nowhere in the documents that it says that they're not responsible.
Then it means you are. No. It doesn't work. It doesn't work the way you think it does. You're thinking because it says they're not responsible, that means that they are. It doesn't work that way.
Well, it says that they're responsible for things outside the home, and the way it's worded, the HOA 3 times in the last 3 years has had to pay. There was a house that blew up 10 houses down because somebody was trying to make meth in the house, unfortunately. The HOA ended up having to cover all of that.
Why?
And
why, Jared?
They went to court, and basically I guess the lawyer for that person said, and there were some other repairs 2 other times that happened as well, where it said, I guess the way the covenants is worded, from what I understand, they're responsible for everything from the studs out.
Well, listen, you know what? That could be possible. That could be possible. Hold on a second, all right? I have some ideas. We need to contact some people. Hang on. How many spots here? Is there 1 or 2? Good. Can I run after that spot? Do you have a... Okay.
Traveling around the metro area freeway system, you're going to run into the usual delays in the
Cracker
usual
Jack,
spots
Mudjacking,
downtown. Northbound I-25 slow. Cracker Jack short. Southbound slow south by 70, traveling down towards Spear. Westbound I-70 slow in the elevated portion, and westbound I-270.
I gotta pee. I'm sure everybody online wanted to hear that.
Still working on that semi-rollover crash from this morning. Northbound Parker remains closed to Quincy. No estimated time when they'll have that reopened. Bellevue or Hamden, good alternate routes. The weather forecast. Could be a slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms today with a high near 92. Right now, few clouds above at 85. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
Do it right to save 5% every day by shopping at Lowe's in-store or online. Save 5%
I want to talk to you, Mark, about
by
something
using your Lowe's Advantage
on
card.
the phone
Do it right for less.
for CBD.
Subject to credit approval, cannot be combined with other
The
credit
CBD
offers.
section.
Apply, see store
I want to
retailer
start a
and
section
so on.
just for that. Crackerjack, mudjacking.com. If you have concrete cracking, sinking, if you have concrete that needs to be repaired, get a free estimate from Crackerjack Mudjacking because they may be able to fix it about 80% of the time. And here's what's great. They'll tell you the truth. They're not going to tell you they can fix it unless they can. And if they can, it will always be cheaper than replacing and removing. I had a personal experience and they saved me about 12 grand. 303-410-7787, 410-7787. Free estimates, crackerjackmudjacking.com. I'll be right back, or you start. What the hell?
Handsome man in one flightless bird teaming up to save the world. Money. The message? Liberty Mutual customized your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Their mission? Savings. Their
So you said the Lop, or what was his other names? Actually, that was a fake thing from Seinfeld, just so you know.
What?
The Lopper wasn't a true...
The Lopper wasn't, but the Ripken, that was a real one.
Oh, right. The other names of that were Son of Dad, Kramer, the Denogonizer.
The Denogonizer.
Like that was Kramer's.
For video conferencing, phone calls, group chat, webinars,
but that Ripken dude, did he chop heads off?
Your mobile phone,
Who?
laptop, or conference room. Zoom
What
can
was
help
his name?
business get done. Get your free account at Zoom.com
Stuart
today.
Rifkin?
Be happy with
Zoom.
Zoom.
Transmission trouble? Before you go anywhere else, take it to Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. They will remove the transmission, open it up, and find out exactly what's wrong with it. Free of charge. The best estimate in the business with an exact price on what it will take to fix. And they do all the fixing in-house. If you decide not to get it fixed, if you decide to take it somewhere else, still free. 303-781-9858 on South Santa Fe, just south of Dartmouth. 303-781-9858.
Pop quiz. If you sell a home for $500,000, how much would a traditional real estate agent charge a commission? If you guessed $25,000 to $30,000, you're right. But if you think that's the only way, you're wrong. This is why thousands of homeowners are making the switch to Rex. With Rex, you get a dedicated agent and a full-service experience at a fraction of the cost. Rex uses game-changing technology to cut out the middleman and save homeowners tens of thousands of dollars in fees. See if you qualify by calling 833.
What do you mean that Jerry killed her?
That's 833.
Say it again.
Remember,
The lady that they accused Jerry of killing.
To an agent. Rex offers the
They accused Jerry of killing in the show, right? They accused Jerry of killing.
You can be in on this too, John.
Get the most out of your home. See if you qualify by calling 833 Rex Home. 833 Rex Home. That's 833 Rex Home. DRE license 019761010. Minimum fee applies.
At Walgreens,
And I'll give you a clue.
stop for diabetes. So when you've got places to go and people to see, count on
Tractor lady.
to get expert diabetes advice
The
24/7.
tractor seat.
Find all major brands
Who was it?
of supplies like Walgreens, True
Susie.
Store and
Remember
online.
this guy?
Oh yeah.
Remember this guy here that Jerry shut the trunk on his thumbs? Broke his thumbs.
Yeah.
It's Bookie.
Susie.
What kind of bookie are you?
Yeah, it's Bookie.
He can't pay you.
I'm sorry, Jerry. I can't pay you. And he broke his thumbs.
Those things are kind of the same, really, right? I've got some great news for you. Mortgage rates are incredibly low, making it easy and affordable to upsize your space. Hey guys, it's Ross Kaminsky for American Financing, and now is the time to move into your forever home. And the salary-based mortgage consultants at American Financing are the people you need to call. They've been around for 20 years, born in Colorado, and continuously
I slept with both of them.
real estate market. They know what it takes to make it into a home or less. I'm talking
Susie or Elaine or Susie.
loans, and again, a business that was founded right here in Denver and remains Colorado's home for home loans because they know this market better than anybody. So
All right, let's see here.
call today. There are never any upfront fees, and it only takes 10 minutes to start. 303-695-7000, 303-695-7000, or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
So, this is a long run for my brother on being norm, or relatively norm.
This fucking dog, I'd kill it. I'd fucking kill it.
Is he a smart little guy? Did you see him move the chair,
He's
Mark?
an asshole.
Oh, come on. He's smart. He's cute as hell. Did you see it?
No, he reminds me of my beagle. He's a jerk.
Oh, is your beagle conniving? Is he smart? Are they smart dogs, Mark?
No.
Well, then how does that dog do that?
Because it smells food.
Yeah, but how does it move a chair over? That's using a tool. I mean, that's weird.
Climbs up the chair.
Let him see that. It's crazy.
I haven't seen the end yet.
Rawson.
What a jerk. He's just looking for food. That's how these beagles think, man.
That's a lot of dollars.
I'm Tom Martino. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Remember that, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Yes, they do interiors as well. So for storm damage, they do all-in-one from the roof all the way down to the siding, fences, decks. Or you can just do your bathroom, your basement, or your kitchen. Genesis, 303-679-8509, 679-8509. Genesis. Remember that. Look for them on the referral list. Okay. Catherine, I didn't forget about you, okay? We're trying to get an attorney on, Joe, and we're just waiting a few minutes, okay? On Jared and the sewer line repair, I'd like to get Compass Insurance Group to weigh in. First and foremost, if you have, well, no, that would, never mind. That would not be insurance at all because it's a maintenance thing. It's not sudden and accidental. But Jared, you know what? There are some condominium covenants or excuse me, bylaws that read from the drywall out or from the studs out. And they may have made a mistake and adopted the wrong kind of covenants, you know? And so if it doesn't mention it, usually you're responsible for your own stuff. But it does mention, if it mentions everything, I mean, if it spells out what you're responsible for and it doesn't include that, they could have made a problem. I mean, they could have made a problem for themselves, especially if you have court precedent. Now, I'm only going by what you're telling me, okay? So normally in a townhome, you're responsible for a service line. But you're telling me that attorneys have previously made successful arguments, right?
Correct. Yeah, there was a house explosion, and then there were raccoons got into somebody's roof in a different section of the townhomes.
Yeah,
and burrowed through, and they ended up being responsible for that. They're actually in the process of. The president just called me. I used to be on the board years ago. The president just called me, and they're in the process of trying to get everybody to vote for new covenants.
Yeah, good luck. You mean bylaws?
Been liable.
You mean bylaws?
I'm sorry. Yes, new bylaws.
Why don't you get? Well, listen. Why don't you get a hold of the attorney that made the successful argument?
I'm not sure who it is or how I would go about looking that up.
Oh, you can look it up easily. Suzanne, we know how to look up cases, right? And then it shows the attorneys. It's our. Don't we have access to it? Well, we do lawsuits all the time. We find out if people have been
Colorado
sued.
courts will show it.
Colorado courts. If we listen, here's what you need to do. You need to do some research on your own. Figure it out. Either at a library. Do you know what that is? There's actually a thing called a library, and it's not Google. If you can figure out a way, what you do is you get the case number in the files. It'll show everyone who's ever sued the place. So if you search them, you'll find it out. You might be able to do it online. And then you find out in the pleadings, you'll find the attorney's name. Why don't you just ask them based on those things? Say, look, you know you've already lost. Why not just pay? You know,
I contacted them on the 7th of this month, so it's been several weeks, and they're waiting to hear back from their attorney.
Right, but their attorney's probably going to tell them they're not responsible. Listen, here's a case where the substance really is that it's yours and you should pay, but they may have screwed up, and they may have taken responsibility without knowing it because they just used the wrong kinds of bylaws. So, Jared, other than giving you honest contractors,
I've already reported it. Am I okay? Or
well, hold on. We'll talk. I'll finish up. This guy could have, you know, in the covenants mark, it does say when he mentioned from the drywall out, that tells me that they adopted the wrong shit if they said something like that. Okay. I'm going to. Did you see the video? I'm going to text it to you.
Yeah.
Or you just look up Beagle moving chair. That's what I look at.
Oh, on YouTube.
Yeah. Boy, that means, according to that, all electrical stuff would be electrical wiring. HOA.
So I want to do it.
303-761-6400. Whenever I've needed a roof, Excel Roofing did the job. They should do it for you too. 303-761-6400 or excelroofing.com.
I am tired of Starbucks. I'm officially no longer a customer. Well, there is no officially, but
IRAs, 401ks, and other
I'm tired of them.
Taxes could be your biggest retirement expense. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, every Saturday on 6:30 p.m.
What case are we looking up?
Put together your comprehensive retirement.
You know, I'm on the phone a lot. I don't know this case we're looking at.
I told him to go do it, but
You what?
I told him to, but maybe we can.
720-488.
Get the name of this HOA and search it for who's, and they were sued. Let's find out the attorney's name. Or, if you teach me, I'll do it. Hey, Daphne, are you there? I need to talk to you.
Gilroy are strong and resilient. I'm Pam Puso, Fox News. That from the mayor of the northern
Text me if you're there.
where a gunman killed 3 people and injured at least 12 others after opening fire at a festival yesterday.
Is Daphne downstairs?
By police.
Mass gun violence is an epidemic in the United States, and yet one never imagined such a thing can happen here.
Gilroy Mayor Roland Velasco also
Two
sent
guys
a
killed.
warning.
They must know something about him.
Smithy says
Who?
the motive hasn't been determined. It's also
Gilroy.
Okay, she's coming.
involved.
We don't have any
I don't need coffee.
second suspect did any shooting, but we certainly are investigating all leads to try to determine who that potential second
Move it
suspect
right
is
over.
and what exactly that person
Move that chair right
Is
over
that
there.
fucking smart or what?
Oh, I didn't want to finish it.
Oh, that's just brilliant. Unless I can't even imagine that. That almost looks like they staged it and taught him how to do it.
Search for murder suspects bears on. Fox's Jeff Manasso has more live.
And then he opens the bread thing.
No, he's a smart dog, man.
What is that?
He'll does all this bullshit
Yeah,
first.
I think that then he breaks the door. You see that?
Oh no.
All this is first. Oh, there it is. Look at that shit, Mark. Now that, doesn't that almost look like, come on.
Oh, there.
Look at that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
the door's not working.
a smart fucking dog, man.
God, they're such.
No, he goes
Beagles
up there.
are assholes, man.
What do you mean by that?
They're just. This is a beagle.
They're just tenacious little things, aren't they?
When it comes to food, it's just outrageous.
Oh yeah.
God, look at him. I'd kill him if I walked in. He opens up the fucking toaster.
Yeah.
I know. I love him.
Like a dog chasing a frisbee.
Yeah. It's the pan drops out.
For the first time ever, you can get 20% estimated savings on select Ford vehicles. Plus, earn complimentary maintenance through Ford Pass Rewards.
What did he pull out of there?
Don't let this hot be on
Okay,
America's best.
they're coming from my car.
only 19 years old.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This is what?
The shooter on Gilroy? You know the Gilroy Garlic Festival?
I didn't know this.
Oh, yeah. 12 wounded, 3 dead.
Is it recent?
Yeah, I guess so. One was a 6-year-old kid.
Your keys are
Oh
downstairs.
my god.
On my desk in my box. That's what I want to say. So they're going to be here. They left about a half hour ago from Westminster.
You don't have a case number?
No, just
I thought we could find.
look up the HOA.
Like when we send a contractor's name in and we find out if he's been sued, should we find that? No. If we can't, Suzanne, let Daphne do it.
It's not going to make
Monday.
it.
I'm like,
How do you do what?
Just do a legal search to see if a guy's been sued, but
yeah, 16, a 6-year-old and a 13-year-old.
you know, if I'm saying that not that she can do more than you, but she'll have time to do it, not under pressure of answering phones.
See, that's the stuff that just.
Oh, it's
Just going out to a festival with your family.
Or go to Exxon.com for more details. Centeno Schultz.
I didn't see how they shot it. They chased him down.
If you are looking for stem cell therapy, please don't waste your money with these liars and cheaters who use amniotic fluid, umbilical cord, and other fluids they have shipped into the clinic. And I'm sorry if I offend people, but you got to figure this out. If a clinic has fluids shipped into their clinic, you are not getting true living stem cell therapy. Under current law, it's impossible. You must have it extracted on site. Centeno Schultz, one of the few clinics truly giving stem cell therapy. Look for their seminars or call them for an evaluation. 303-963-9201.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Centeno. And if you come to one of our stem cell treatment seminars, we're going to give you the real skinny on what works and what doesn't work. And we're going to show you how you can be active and functional again without surgery.
303-963-9201.
I've seen lives changed by high-quality stem cell therapy.
They said somebody yelled to the guy while you're shooting, "Why are you doing this?" And the reply was, "Because I'm really angry."
Yeah, I read that.
Doing
That's
what?
crazy. The guy that was killing people in what was it, California?
Gilroy,
Yeah,
California.
it's 80 miles south.
Garlic
of
Festival. That's a
San
pretty
Francisco.
big deal. Out there, it's pretty.
Tolerance to evil and beyond, so we can work together to stop bad things, do good things, and have a lot of fun along the way. Join me at 4.
This is the
All right, Tom Martino here. What can we do to make your life easier? 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What can we do and how can we do it better? You can let us know that. Listen, all you have to do is call to be part of this family, and it's been going on for so many years. 303-713-TALK. What's happening with our attorney, Suzanne? He's not responding? Is it too hard or what?
Not answering.
Okay, so Catherine, by the way, this is a consumer show where we help people with everything, basically. Questions, complaints. We make referrals from referralist.com, something we take very seriously. So, Catherine, you paid a ticket. It didn't show you paid it. Therefore, you got pulled over and arrested. And here's the problem. The main problem is they suspended your license until you go to court. You're going to court the middle of the month. You have to work. If you're caught without a license, it's going to get even worse, and it all started from a mistake. The problem is if you bring your receipt to motor vehicle to show you paid, and you have a receipt, thank goodness, it still does not negate the court suspension. You have to have a judge bless it, because otherwise somebody could phony something up. A judge has to dismiss what was brought against you unless there's one other thing. You can go directly to the police officer and they can dismiss it. They can just withdraw it, in other words. So if you go to a
police officer,
if you go to the one who actually wrote the ticket, and say, look, I understand. What?
This is an arrest warrant from Clear Creek County, and so that they are the ones who put out the arrest warrant, Clear Creek County.
Oh, but the officer who made the arrest, I'm saying, no, you're right, you're right. He took you. Where did he take you? To Clear Creek once you were arrested? Did they do the hearing? Who did the hearing?
There hasn't. I guess I don't know what you mean by a hearing.
Well, where they suspended your license. When did they suspend your license? In a hearing, right?
No, apparently the arrest warrant and suspending my license took place last January. So I've actually been
okay, hold on.
A license
I get it. I get it. They did not suspend your license as a result of this. It was already suspended because they thought you hadn't paid. I get it.
Right.
Okay. Well, then you've been driving all this time, and the thing you were stopped for was for driving on a suspended license, right? That's technically your ticket.
My ticket just now, last week?
You have two things to deal with. You have the original violation where you know you didn't pay, and you're going to prove that with motor vehicle. That doesn't have to go before the judge. But even if you go to motor vehicle and they take it out of the computer, the arrest warrant, okay, even if they can manage to do that, you still have to deal with the driving on a suspended license. Isn't that what you got? Just recently when you were stopped, what did you get? What ticket is it? Catherine, what were you stopped for?
I made an incomplete stop.
Okay. Did you get that ticket? Do you have that ticket, or did they just forget about it?
Yes. So my ticket now is for driving on a suspended license.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And also incomplete stop.
So you have three things to deal with. You have two traffic violations. One of those traffic violations will go away after you clear this up. You will now no longer have driving on a suspended license. You will simply have the other one, which is okay. If you go to court on the middle of the month, this is not your license isn't given back. The people who issued driving with a suspension and an incomplete stop have nothing to do with the original arrest warrant. So I was in error when I said all you have to do is wait till the middle of the month and get it cleared up. No, you have to.
That's what they told me. You're right. That's what they told me at the police station. They said you have to wait till you go to court to get your license back.
In Clear Creek, you have to wait. So you have to postpone the ticket that you just got. Those two, you got to postpone that with the court until you can clear up the Clear Creek County one. The only way you can clear up the Clear Creek County one is to get on the docket with the judge. You have to go to Clear Creek County and get on the docket. You have to go to the clerk of the courts, and you have to say, my license was suspended for non-payment. I have proof of payment. Can I get on the docket to show the judge? Now, that's doing it the shortcut way. The clerk may say, no, you're going to have to submit a formal motion. Then you'll have to hire an attorney. Why don't you call that judge's clerk and just say, how can I clear this up? My license was wrongly suspended, and somebody issued the arrest warrant. How do I clear it up? Call that county first and do whatever it takes to clear that up. Once that's cleared up, the other one for driving on a suspended license will go away. Now, the incomplete stop, that's not going to go away. That'll just be something you deal with. So,
well, they were saying that maybe I should go to the DMV at Lakewood where I paid it and have them call Clear Creek County, but I...
Wait a minute. You paid it? You paid it in Lakewood for Clear Creek County? That doesn't make sense.
And that's where the ticket said to pay it.
In Lakewood?
Yeah, it said you could either appear in court or you can do it faster by going to, in Pierce and just showing up in person or mailing it and paying it there.
Okay. If you go to where you paid it, ask them. Just ask them. Can you show that I paid it on the computer, and will that automatically unsuspend my license and do away with the arrest warrant? If they say no, you have to go to court, then go to Clear Creek County. But go where you paid it to see if they can do that quickly. See, I wish we could talk to someone familiar with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, me too.
Well, maybe we call. You paid it at DMV in Lakewood?
Yeah.
Does anyone work? You know what? We don't need. I just want to talk to someone who's worked for the Department of Motor Vehicles. Suzanne, maybe we can call somebody at Department of Motor Vehicles. I would just like to know what happens when your payment is not recorded. Is that automatic, the arrest warrant? If it is, then maybe they can automatically remove it by simply entering in that you paid. I'm hoping they recognize your receipt. Does your receipt look like it's signed by someone?
Let me look. No.
What?
It's not signed by anyone. It's just a computer printout.
Okay, I'm hoping they don't challenge it. You have a case number on there?
Yeah. I don't know. It says CIN, and there's a little number there, letter number. There's a barcode of some kind.
All right.
The heading is Colorado Department of Revenue.
You have to do some work. You have to go backwards. I would go first to Lakewood and simply, please don't get involved. Trust me when I tell you. Do not get involved with the argument about the ticket, the four-way stop, or the running a red flag. Okay, just say this. Look. All you tell them is this: I was stopped and detained because this was never marked paid. How can I correct it? That's it. How can I correct it and get my license back? I would like to call them out there at the same time, but go to Lakewood DMV and see what they tell you. Meanwhile, people, if anyone is familiar with motor vehicles at all, can you tell us what to do when there's a warrant and when your license is suspended? What can you, as a motor vehicle clerk, enter that it's been paid? Can you do that? Or do they have to make an appearance? This is very, very strange, and I feel badly for you. I really do. Michelle, what's going on?
Hi there.
What's happening?
Hi. Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. I took my Mercedes into the dealership a couple of weeks ago. Went to pick it up on Thursday with the work completed.
What dealership?
Colorado Springs Mercedes.
Okay.
Okay. And work was completed. I had something wrong with the convertible mechanism. That was repaired. I had a side mirror repaired. But as we were looking at the vehicle, I said to my husband, I sure like to have tinted windows. And the repair service manager was there and said, we can do that for you, military discount. $250.
And that was
great.
for the
And he said,
windshield.
okay, so,
was that for just the windshield?
no, that was for the whole tinting.
For all?
So,
for how many windows?
Well, it's a two-seat convertible, so it's really just for the two front and then the back. But I don't have a problem with that. That was great. So he said, okay, well, just leave the vehicle here, and you can pick it up. Sunday, I'll leave the keys in the car.
But let's get to the problem now.
Thursday.
Let's just get to the problem.
Okay,
Did they damage your car?
Friday, yeah. On Friday, I got a voicemail from the service manager saying that while it was at the tint place, the car was damaged, the wheel was damaged, and
are we talking about the steering wheel or another wheel?
No, the wheel, the tire wheel.
What kind of rims do you have? Aluminum?
I really don't know, to be honest with you.
And how bad is it? They can be repaired where you can't even see them.
Oh yeah, well I don't know, and that's the problem.
Did they offer to fix it?
Yeah,
okay,
they did
good.
offer to fix it.
Good.
But I still haven't seen the damage.
Well, here's what I would say. I would ask them to send a picture of the damage or go and see it, and then let them fix it. It happened to me too. I actually had that. I've actually had it happen. Listen, unless it's a really big crease or dent, Michelle, they can really fix those easily. But you're right. You have to see what it is first.
Yeah, and I asked for a photograph, and I went there. So I texted and said, "Hey, can you send me a picture of the damage?" So I didn't. I realized that it was Friday at 5:30 when I sent the text. So I was expecting something today because I'm thinking the worst. But as my husband said,
and Michelle, you should see it. I mean, you should see it just to ease your mind, because if it's major damage, even if they fix it cosmetically, it could be off balanced. So you're on the right path. I don't know what you were hoping we could do. We can help you get it fixed, but you got to first get a picture of it or go over there in person and walk in and get it. It's your car.
Yeah, you're right. And when I went there, he really acted very nonchalantly about it and said, "Well, your car's at this place and your wheel's at this place."
Oh.
So at that point, I felt like I was not getting.
Well, someone there.
If it looks and drives okay when she gets it back,
that's fine. Yeah. If it does, but sometimes she won't know if it's driving right, and they do some damage. You don't want them putting a filler in it. See, that's the problem with not seeing it. You're not going to know what to look for, and I think she has every right. But now they've already taken it to repair. That to me, there's something wrong with that, and I feel they did take a picture of it. You're just not getting to see it. Listen, I have to take a break. I would demand to see a photo, because you know somebody took a photo. You know they did. And if not, go where the wheel is and ask for a complete explanation.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
I can't fucking handhold and do this.
Watch out for wreck being cleared to Arapahoe Road and Lima. And of course, there's still that stubborn rollover wreck northbound Parker remains blocked at Quincy. You can use Bellevue or Hampton as your The weather forecast. Well, going to be a slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms today. Still going to be warm though, hot, nearly a high of 92. Right now, a few clouds and 87. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30 K-How.
Do it right to save 5% every day by shopping at Lowe's in-store or online. Save 5% on eligible purchases just by using your Lowe's Advantage card. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. So here we go, Tom. Will cannot be combined with other credit offers. Exclusions in places for details.
Okay. I have an email from the owner of Fix It 24/7. We're coming across a ton of calls where a client had another company at their home telling them that the AC was not repairable, or telling them an incorrect and very expensive repair was needed. And they got another opinion. They wanted one from us. And guess what happened? We found the company was incorrect. We found this 90% of the time, where people did not have to pay what they were told they had to pay. And it was not even wrong. So please tell your listeners, Tom, we will do a free second opinion right now on any HVAC or electrical bid, anything coming up right now, even plumbing, anything they do. So I used to say major repairs, but really if you're told you need something and it's relatively expensive, they may be able to save you money. 90% of the time they've been able to do that, and that's fixmyhome.com, 720-526-3939, free second opinion, 720-526-3939. Man, that one woman really got fucked with that warrant.
With what?
Just got fucked with
I think because she bored the cops so much. That would be the shits.
Yeah.
QC. QC.
This guy says, why does Tom let women come on here to talk about tickets and cars?
To tick about what?
This guy,
it's terrible, right? Are they saying it's terribly boring?
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is.
Yeah.
Jesus, I mean.
Come on, give her a break. Come on. Text it to her.
Have you been watching Loudest Voice in the Room, the HBO series on Roger Ailes?
Excuse me, Tommy. Line 1 is an attorney. She said you might know her name.
I recognize her. When did I know her from? Anne. I've known
Anne LaPlante.
I think she was on our list.
Anne has a plan?
So I kept Catherine holding.
Okay, good. Oh, God, she's holding. Why do I know Anne LaPlante? An attorney in Greeley.
What about an attorney in Greeley?
That's Anne.
Criminal law, traffic. Okay. Meet Anne.
Let's talk about Rocky's Auto 63rd and Federal. First, you get a big selection. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. And not only a big selection of
That's what she did.
but a big selection of
Colorado Rural Legal Services. Colorado Legal Services.
But the bottom line is you save money, then you have selection.
What is the attorney on for?
They have more than 40
Excuse me, the traffic thing.
Oh.
Yeah, she was a pretty dedicated person.
Tradition. They've been here for years. Banks love them.
I bet there's more to it.
And keep coming back to them. They have
What do you mean, like she paid?
Maybe she had multiple tickets or something.
No, but it just, I think they just screwed up when she paid it. I don't think they recorded it, so she had a warrant out for arrest. I think that's what it is. You think there's more in just to that?
Maybe.
Well,
I didn't realize they cuffed you and everything for that. But
I didn't either.
Oh,
Usually,
for non-appearance, you're treated like a fucking murderer. I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's happened to me.
For non-appearance, it doesn't give a shit.
Back in Seattle, expired tabs.
Expired tabs?
When I was 19. Yeah, you know. And
they cuffed you for expired
well,
tabs?
no,
No,
so I
for
got
not
a ticket
showing
for
up.
that.
Gotcha, okay.
But
Okay.
Failure to appear is major.
Gotcha, I didn't pay.
Hi, Tom Martino here. The Kohler guys, Renew Home Innovations. If you want the best, most beautiful showers, you can get this Serica, which is made by Kohler, and it's a stone composite material for the showers that looks exactly like granite. Or you can get any kind of stone you want from this Serica and save money, but get the most beautiful bathrooms. Now, there's no interest, 12 months, same as cash. Okay, Renew Home Innovations. They do whole bathrooms. Their specialty are showers. 303-904-2000. 303-904-2000. Okay, so Ann has a comment. Anne LaPlante's an attorney. I believe she's in Greeley, and I've known her in the past. She's passionate about people, and she does DUI and criminal law and all that. So listen, she has a comment on Catherine's call. I just want to know, where do you start? If you paid for a ticket, let's assume she's telling the truth. She had a ticket, she paid it, and it wasn't marked paid. Therefore, the hearing went on, the failure to appear went on, the unpaid traffic went on. Where do you go back to pay it? Or, excuse me, where do you go back to stop this madness? And what can you tell Catherine?
Well, the first thing I would do is call the TMV's reinstatement line, and I can give your assistant that number, and they'll tell her exactly what it looks like happened. She might have paid it late, or the government dropped the ball and it didn't get credited.
Now, if it was paid late, would they still take away her license?
We see this when the ticket became due. It's possible the county didn't know it had been paid.
Ah, okay.
So, like the crossing in the mail kind of thing. So I would call the DMV reinstatement line. It's a hotline for just questions about what does it take to get it the license back, and why is it a problem?
You know, Ann, I never even knew that existed something called, that alone is great information, the reinstatement line. So what if they tell her, let's say they say, well, the reason your license is not valid is because you have an unpaid ticket. What does she do then?
Well, if she's paid it, then I think she has to establish to Clerk County that she's paid it. So first one has to figure out what the problem is.
Let's say it turns out that they didn't record it, and they say, we show an unpaid ticket, and she's got proof. Can she go to the clerk, or does she have to go through the whole process of a court hearing?
No, I don't think she has to go to a hearing. If she can establish to Clear Creek County that it was really paid, they should be able to do an amended transcript of judgment or an OJW, outstanding judgment for it, really, and tell TMV never mind.
Oh, that's good.
The problem is that under most circumstances she's going to have to pay to get the license reinstated. Where this sounds like it's a human error of some sort of at either the court or the DMV. So, you know, Tom, if you want to have your assistant get my number, I'd certainly talk to her.
Oh, that's wonderful. Catherine, isn't that great?
Yeah, thank you.
Now, Ann, are you in Greeley? Am I reading right?
I am. I'm traveling to Denver right as we speak, but yes, I'm still in Greeley.
And that's where your practice primarily is for people up north?
You remember the goldfish case, don't you?
What's that?
You remember the goldfish case in Platteville, right?
Yes. It was amazing. Amazing.
What was it?
And her phone is breaking up, so I'll explain it. But here's what we'll do, Ann. We're going to give Catherine your number. At least you can get some information, Catherine, on how to get this resolved. 303-713-TALK. Well, here's the bottom line. This apartment complex did not allow pets. But they allowed you to have the pet when they changed the policy. Okay? But you couldn't get a new one. So they were claiming they had to take a picture of the fish that she had. So when it died, they would know she's not replacing it with another fish.
Why would they care if she
I
had
think
a
that's
fish?
the case Ann's talking about. Well, no, all pets, I believe they changed their policy, but of course people were already living there. I believe that's the case she's talking about. If not...
Was it an old folks home or something?
No. And so they required that she take a picture. I think this is the one where they take a picture of the fish. If she's saying that's not the one and you can get a clearer connection, then I'll talk to her, Suzanne. 303-713-8255. So, Phil, what's going on with Lowe's?
Hello?
Yes, what's happening with Lowe's?
Yeah, my regular swamp cooler up on the roof went out when I was in the hospital, and my wife was here in the heat, so when I got out, I went over to Lowe's, and I purchased one of their portable evaporated coolers, Port Cool or something like that.
Right, I've seen them.
Yeah, I paid like $800 for it. I brought it home here, and was running all night. I had about 10 gallons of water on the floor in the morning.
Uh-oh.
And then...
What happened? Why did it... How do you hook water to it?
Well, I used a hose, and they have a little door there. You can fill it that way.
Well, did you... Or what?
Or you can use a hose and screw it onto the nozzle on the unit.
Did you do that?
No, I did not.
Well, then how did it overflow?
It overflowed because this unit did not have a gauge on it, and I watched it to make sure I didn't overflow it. And
let me get this straight, Phil. So you chose not to hook up the hose for the autofill feature. You chose to just fill it, right? Is that right?
Right. It has a door there.
I got you. And somehow, if you filled it and it wasn't leaking, why the next day was all the water out of it? That's the part I don't get.
You know, I don't get that neither. I don't know how the water got out or anything. It's just that it happened.
Well,
so I drained the water. I took it back to Lowe's. I found out through the manufacturer that they sold me a 3-year-old unit.
Yeah, but that's, Phil, it doesn't matter if it's sitting there brand new and it is 3 years old from manufacturing. What matters is why the water leaked. Confine yourself to that. I don't care if it had a shelf life. I mean, it's not going to wear out sitting on the shelf unless there were seals that broke or were dried out. I just need to know that part.
This is Denver's Talk Station 60.
What happened? I don't know. Can you get a picture of it or something? I don't even know.
Filled his thing.
Yeah. This report is sponsored by Comcast Business.
Good news, that crash.
Okay, I see the swamp coolers, right?
What was his name again? What did he say what the name of it was?
No, he didn't.
Crash off highway being cleared at Arapahoe Road is leaving.
But I don't understand.
And crews are still working on that rollover wreck northbound Parker or Main.
How much water did he put? But there were 10 gallons on the floor, but he only put in 3.
But how does it leak, though, if you fill it up?
Bought it already pre-filled.
How much did he say he paid? $800. I see the one for like $8.
That's an expensive swamp cooler, boy, especially a portable.
And how does portable work? I thought you had to have... Well, I guess it could. Never mind.
Swamp cooler.
They work sometimes, friends.
Yeah. Well, they must work.
QC, right?
You got to be no humidity.
Take your business beyond at ComcastBusiness.com.
You know we have this call on the swamp cooler. A lot of people use swamp coolers because they're cheaper than AC. But then if you're smart and you can do it, if you have AC already, you can get a whole house fan. And then you'll definitely save money because QCcolorado.com helps your air conditioner work less. Yes, it circulates the air in your home. It expels the hot air from the attic. It brings in cooler air from lower floors. Even if you don't have a basement, you can use a whole house fan. QCcolorado.com, 720-398-4510. Installation is fast, easy, clean, and professional. Most cases less than an hour, and the remote controls make it so you don't have to dig into any walls at all. It's a wonderful system. I love mine, and I have QCcolorado.com, and already I've used my air conditioner half the time at least. QCcolorado.com.
How much did the dude say it was?
$800. I see a $600 one.
I see an $800.
The VA loan is exactly what you
I see a window one for $800.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's a window one. Never mind.
There's no down payment. There's no.
That's what he used. No.
That would be weird.
Rates in the industry. If you're already in a mortgage, no problem.
I don't understand though. We have to reconstruct how it leaked.
100% of your home's value. Meaning a lot more money for you and
not going to get it from him.
It's a great to take advantage and perhaps save yourself $1,000 or more every month, especially with rates near all-time lows. So make the 10-minute call to American Financing today. You'll work with
God, some of them are $2,000.
So you can feel confident they're doing what's best for you.
Portables?
303-957-7000.
There's a portable for $1,900 on wheels.
Or apply online at AmericanFinancing.net.
Must be industrial.
And thank you for your service to our
Oh,
nation.
that one. Ah, it just says 2,000 square foot.
Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. Are you looking?
Jeez, that thing's a monster, man.
And you don't want to spend
Well,
$60
what do you mean
grand
it's a
on
monster?
cosmetic
It's
dentistry.
huge.
One veneer can be $2,200.
Yeah.
8,000
Something
CFM.
break. I'll just say this: if you are looking for beautiful teeth, there is an alternative.
It says it's
to
only made
veneers
for like
and
2,000
conventional
square
braces
feet.
for 5 or 6 years. In 2 years, Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ can
I had a
straighten
buddy
out your
that
mouth
had
in
one,
a
man, that
perfect
thing
way,
worked.
meaning no extractions,
Although it felt
no
like a
surgeries. They
cyclone in his house.
automatically takes care of
This looks like a
TMJ and
cyclone.
sleep apneas, plus it straightens your
Look at
teeth.
that.
Then they use Invisalign for a short time. The whole thing 2 years. This is the best part. Pennies on the dollar compared
That
to
one is
regular
68 inches
orthodontics
high.
and compared to, of course,
That one right
cosmetic
there,
dentistry.
you just
It's a
sit there.
great way to go.
Yeah, that's huge.
Save on
Aurora
bras.
Orthodontics and
68 by
TMJ.
51.
Dr.
I mean,
Ken
that's-
Lawson, 303-690-0100.
68, yeah.
68.
I wonder how you put water in that one.
Orthodontics on my referral
Yeah, but
list
that
at
wouldn't be,
referralist.com.
like I say, that's 2
Aurora
grand. Unless you
Orthodontics
got
and TMJ.
trying to get it out of there.
In just days, Publishers Clearinghouse will award $5,000
So I was there for
worth
3
more or
years.
less. Enter now at PCH.com.
I'm actually shocked at some of these that are
Week after week for
600.
Oh, there's an $800 one. The Portacool 700 square foot.
What is it?
What's it
What
called?
is it?
Portacool?
Portico, and it's on there.
Yeah, on rollers right here it is.
Why'd you find it?
That's out. It's on rollers.
$5,000 a week for life. Go to PCH.com.
Let's see. Oh,
I don't see it. Hold on.
Go scroll to the bottom.
500 square feet.
700 square feet.
Ah, got it.
Deal, and I mean a deal. You're
Yup, $7.99. It wasn't on the sheet at all until.
It says do not buy the 3-year-old one.
See, that's his hook. That's where he thinks, uh-oh.
Here it is. Water hose connection for continuous use, or will hold 16 gallons of water.
You can send him a photo. He'll give you prices, and those prices, they will not be far off. I mean, a few $100 maybe. And of course, you go to the showroom to pick your countertop material, the actual slab, the custom.
I wonder if he poured the water in the wrong place or something.
From the manufacturer, always wholesale on the counter material, and then he slates you for template and installation 1 to 4 weeks. He serves the mountain communities and the Front Range. Quotes on the
Terrible.
phone, 303-386-5919.
I'm looking at a review.
The
Most of the reviews are good. There's that one
done at the
3-star,
same
right?
time. He will tear out and haul away everything for you.
Terrible assembly, great product. Oh, so you got to actually assemble that. So maybe he didn't assemble it right.
Artofgranite.net. Frank Durant,
Yeah.
the real estate man.
What's
Whether
there to
buying or
assemble?
selling, you can't do better.
We literally work to earn your business every single day.
The plug.
We do not hold you to a long-term contract.
You won't
He
believe
didn't
the
put the
level
plug
of
in.
service
He did.
when you list your home.
We send in a clean
That is why it
report
leaks.
right off the top.
He has stats to prove he sells fast. For more
I mean, you've got to
Not only sell you
have somewhere to drain it. So.
Right.
Frank
Phil,
Durant,
did you
the
put the
real
plug?
estate man.
Yeah.
Remax alone.
What plug?
303-927-60.
What plug? Plug that
Yeah.
that holds the water.
He might not have
That's-
actually. There could actually be a drain plug on there.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. You know, here's the thing. Phil bought a swamp cooler from Lowe's, but the problem is that it leaked or something. He put water in it, and it leaked out. It said you have to assemble it yourself. I don't know if he bought it assembled. But the fact that it's 3 years old in and of itself does not come into it as an issue unless something as a result of that age wore out. But many times people get what I call a hook, and they believe they have something. I want to go to the substance, and maybe the hook is valid, maybe it's not. So, Phil, did you assemble this?
No, it was all ready to go. All you do is have to plug it in, put water in it. Now,
is it called a
on this
cyclone?
3-year-old
Is it called a
on this 3-year-old
cyclone? Is it called
Yes, it is.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, it is. It was the largest one they had.
Gotcha.
So, I noticed that how in the heck do you tell when the water's full? It didn't have a gauge on it. It was 3 years old. And they had these flip-type switches, you know, these toggle switches. And I thought, this is really stupid.
Wait a minute.
So I took it back.
Hold on.
They said
You took it back after you ran it and it leaked, or before?
I bought it. It leaked. at least 10 gallons of water went all over my hardwood floors.
And you took it
washed
back.
The floors.
Yeah.
I took it back, told them that it ruined my hardwood floors. I got a claim number. Lowe's called me, said that they'd be out in 2 days. I haven't heard nothing from them.
Phil, I need to know what is wrong with it.
Well, there ain't nothing wrong with it. I took it back and got another one, and he subtracted $400 and put it back in my bank, and I bought this other one for $300.
But Phil, you see where I'm
and that leaked.
Okay, but where is it leaking?
The other one that I bought, it was a little bit smaller one. The caster on there was bent. And when I filled it up, and this one had a gauge on it, so I didn't fill it all the way up. But the way it was tilting because the caster was bent, the water spilled out the side.
Okay, did it spill out the side where you fill it? Or did it, like, in other words, how big is the tank or the tray in there? And did the caster pierce that tray, or was it just listing?
No, I think it was the caster was bent under manufacturer.
But if it was leaning and some of the water was leaking out, why couldn't you have seen that leaking?
I did not. Like I said, I just got out of the hospital. I almost died. And
yeah, that part doesn't have anything to do with the swamp pool. I feel very bad for you. I listen. What we have to establish, if this product did damage to your home, but if you were negligent and didn't notice it, I don't know. You should have taken pictures.
How do you notice it if you're sleeping?
No, you don't. But what I mean is, after you filled it. He
got you on that one.
There was no apparent problem, right? After you filled it.
There was no problem. The first one, there was no problem. But the second one...
You noticed it leaking, I understand. Well, are they going to do anything for you?
Well, what I did is I took, on the last one, I drained it. I took the caster off myself.
Yeah.
Took it to Lowe's. I said, I need another caster.
Hold on. So the first one, I thought you said the caster was bent.
No.
Then how did that one leak? Let's get to how did that one leak, the first one?
Tom, I really don't know. I'm not an engineer or anything like that.
But Phil, 10 gallons of water, I would have started examining it to see if there was a hole, to see if I could blame them. I would have tried to document it, to take a photograph. Do you want them to replace your hardwood floors, basically?
You betcha.
Well, okay. You have no photos, you have nothing, and you left the unit with them. How are we going to do that? How? How are we going to do it? I don't Phil,
I got a claim number. They're aware of it.
But Phil, even if there was a hole in it and they have the unit and wanted to be dishonest, they can say there was nothing wrong with it.
I'm sure, Tom, I'm sure there ain't no hole in it.
Then
I don't know how it leaked. I'm trying to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, you are being honest. You are being honest. It's just that you're not being thorough. I would have at least explored it to see. I mean, 10 gallons of water is a lot.
Is it possible the drain plug wasn't in it?
Is it?
I think I threw out about 25, 30 towels on the floor.
Was there a drain plug in this?
Yes, there is a drain plug.
Is it possible it did not have a drain plug?
No, it wasn't leaking out of there at all.
It wasn't leaking, then you went to sleep, and the next morning, all 10 gallons are out on the floor.
Yeah, my wife came out here. I'm sitting out on the patio. My wife came out here, and she said the pump quit working.
So if the pump I don't know. It doesn't manufacture water, though, if the pump stops working. Look, I don't know, Phil. I don't know. You're going to have to see what they say first before we even attack this thing. Suzanne, we have to put this on hold until we know what they're going to come back with feedback. I mean, really. Okay, so on microneedling, it stimulates collagen. So on microneedling, when do you see results? We're talking to the Hormone Bros, Revitalize Health. Somebody wants to know that. How do you know? like you're getting results, where you get results, when do you get them? If somebody comes in, where do you start microneedling?
I mean, typically we just do the whole face.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you do the face, what's the process that makes it plump? I mean, other than just good old-fashioned swelling, I understand that, but you don't want to have like, you had your teeth pulled. So, so what do you do?
Well, there's no swelling or anything.
No?
No.
So how does it plump up?
Well, it's not more plumping up. It's just tightening the skin.
Just from microneedling. Do you put anything in the needles?
No, there's nothing in the needles. It's either like a hyaluronic acid or the PRP is just dripped over the face.
Right, I understand.
And then the needles are just puncturing the skin.
And the needle causes trauma, which causes a healing cycle.
Yes. And so within the 3 to 4 weeks,
your collagen starts growing in those areas.
Sure. Yep.
And you can see noticeable results.
Not within the first treatment usually. That gets the ball rolling basically.
And about how much does that first cycle cost?
It's $200 for each treatment.
Oh, that's not a lot. So $200, and then when do you follow up with a second one?
At least 4 weeks in between each session. And then it depends on what they're coming in for. If they're coming in for acne scars, it's going to take more sessions.
Okay, but normal wrinkles or sinking of the face. So like 3 treatments, 2 treatments?
3 to 4 treatments.
You start seeing good results? Yep. Then do you keep going or do you let it go?
After you've attained results that you're happy with, twice a year.
Really, and that'll keep your collagen volume up.
Sure. Yeah.
Now, do people combine that with anything?
Yeah, either with the threads or just good skincare products.
See, your prices are amazing to me. Donna, do you have a question about the thread lift, or excuse me, about the microneedling?
No, actually, it's about the hormone pellets. I had them put in back in March, and I was wondering, how do I tell when it's time to get my next dose?
Oh, hold on. That'll take a little longer. We'll answer it right after this.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
It's a fairly decent drive across town.
My credit card is the corporate card. My license is down there.
Right.
And my corporate card, the green
What
card.
he's talking about, Caster?
And then insurance,
Caster
is in the car.
No, Caster can be something that holds something.
Zipper pouch.
Okay, great.
Like a ketchup caster.
But I can also
a bottle that holds.
I got proof of insurance.
Actually,
here
technically, I think it's a bottle that holds
that
like
I can text you or something. I don't know. He needs to write it down. So if you don't find it, let me know.
Yeah, like a salt shaker. But also, it's
okay, guys. I just have one quick one.
I guess that would be a condiment, right? Spice.
Usually, so like a
short or long.
Like a Lazy Susan?
No, the actual thing that holds like the ketchup, the bottle.
Icon Eye Care. You know I talk about the clear lens exchange and how I love these lenses that'll never ever age and focus fully for perfect eyesight forever. Really, they don't age. But they also do for minor vision corrections. They still do LASIK, of course. They do more LASIK than anyone, and they were the first ones for affordable LASIK, starting at just around $400 an eye. IconEyeCare.com. The best. 866-GOT-ICON.
My family was devastated when
How much time on this break?
$1 million in the crash of 2005.
Hey, John, you're tan. Did you take the shot to get tan?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm still tan, yeah.
Well, what's that called again?
The melanotan?
Why?
Melanotan.
Because it also...
I used to tell Suzanne.
Well, because I'm always just pale, and I hate being pale. And...
What's it do?
It stimulates your body to make more melanocytes.
Fuck that. That sounds stupid.
No, and they're two different things. So not only do you... Because when the sun hits your skin, it releases a pigment. But the best thing about it is it adds UV protection.
Oh, it does?
Yes. 2 weeks ago, my wife and I took our kids to Phoenix. Yeah, done. Not this time of year ever again. But it was 116 degrees.
Yeah,
horrible. I literally, I applied sunscreen in the morning, and then it lasts. I never burned. Nothing. It was
Really?
amazing. Amazing. Yes.
Holy cow.
Yep.
So this is a shot?
Yeah, just little insulin needles, and you just do it the first 2 weeks. You load up every day for 2 weeks, and then after that, it's just twice a week. And so it really it's.
Oh, that's like some mad
I don't think you were in here when Donovitz was in here.
Yep. He said about that. I didn't remember what because
yeah, he was doing it, and James. I remember James was like, "Well, I just thought you just had a really good tan." And he was like, "No, I'm in airport."
I thought he said, I had it done and it's been quite a while.
No, just twice a week. Okay. Yep, we just do it twice a week, just a maintenance dose. So yeah, we have. That has been one of our big popular ones.
How much is it generally?
It's so a vial lasts about 2.5 months. The first one you'll do lasts you 2 months because of the loading phase, but 2.5 months, and the vial is $180, I want to say. So I mean,
and they do it to themselves?
Mm-hmm. Yep, just at home.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Here it is right here. This is called Melanotan 2.
Melanotan 2. Yeah, Melanotan 1 is the original version that the FDA actually released a medication under the name of Scenesse, and it was created for fair-skinned albino individuals.
Boy, burning right
yes.
there, yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, we just tons of data on the safety profile of it. It's amazing.
Yes.
He said Melanotan.
Yeah. What about it?
He's on it.
Yeah.
Who's on it? That's cool.
Yeah, amazing.
It's an unlicensed and largely untested form of alpha something stimulating hormone.
Right.
Oh, did you like it? Do you think you might learn someday?
Yes. I loved it. Loved it.
Man,
yeah, it was an experience.
I'm trying to get Mark to learn one of them.
Yeah, it was one that I really wanted. Yeah.
Rob's a good guy.
Rob is phenomenal. Phenomenal. No, I was going to say, yeah, well, the peptides have been great, especially the growth hormone. We have a patient who has been to Centennial and got the PRP and the stem cells, said it made a world of difference. But he was still having issues.
So what did you do?
Just the growth hormone peptides.
Oh.
And he has zero.
But I heard that's something with cancer, though, right?
There are
the IGF, the risks for growing tumors.
Well, this just your body's just tells your body to make more natural growth hormone and which helps repair tissues.
Is it IGF you're taking? What are you taking?
No, it's not insulin growth factor. No, it's literally
effectiveness.
The peptide, the active portion of the growth hormone. It's not like injecting it. Oh yeah, I still do. My wife. Where? Repair. There's no soreness. Oh, no. Not really. There's a different.
What would I notice as a 66-year-old man?
What would you do?
For a 66-year-old man, what would he notice taking that?
With that? Oh, I mean, with the
army drug they call it.
Just joints. I mean, just tendon and
repair.
The biggest thing is repair. Biggest thing is repair. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, my wife does it to eliminate soreness.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Donna, what's happening?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I was just calling about the hormone growth and trying to find out, do I need to get blood work done again?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask. The first time around for your BioT, who did it? Who did it?
The hormone growth.
The hormone growth. Okay. Then they did blood work to see what you needed, and they dosed you according to BioT. But what I like, and I don't know if they did it, the first time mid-cycle you get tested. Did you get tested mid-cycle? You don't do that?
No.
Well, it wasn't mid-cycle. I got tested again about 2 weeks
5.
later.
I'm sorry, 5 weeks. That's right.
Yeah.
So let John talk about this. John, your patients come in 5 weeks later?
Yes.
Okay, that's good because you can tell on the chart where they should be about.
Mm-hmm.
And if they turn out to be high next time around, you lower it, right?
Yeah.
But you even can extra dose if they need it, right?
Sure. If it didn't get them quite to where we wanted them to be.
And you don't have to wait for the next cycle to do that.
No, we'll just do it then.
Right.
Correct.
Now, your question is, when do you need it again? And that's the age-old question, Donna, because there are some women that go 8 months, there are some women that go 4 months, there are some women that go 6 months. So it's all in how you're feeling. Now, Suzanne, how did you know when you're due?
Based on my symptoms and how I felt.
But did you set it at 6 months and then see how it feels? Is that what you were shooting for or not?
Nope, I didn't set it, but I did get tested mid-cycle just to make sure I was
5
on
weeks,
point.
right? So, when did you decide your cycles were, Suzanne?
I'm sorry?
What are your cycles for BioT, do you think?
I'm every 85, 90 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's sooner than some women.
Tom, I exercise a lot.
Okay, so Donna, are you pretty active?
No, and that's what I remember hearing Suzanne. I go, wow, mine will last a lot longer because I do not exercise
How long
a lot.
have you? How long have you had them?
Mid-March was when they were put in.
Now, Dr. D, doesn't he normally say try 6 months and then work backwards, or what?
So what we're doing now is, so women, they typically say 3 to 5 months. Men are 4 to 6 months.
Oh, okay. I have it just the opposite.
Yeah, and so we've kind of changed a few things around. So now we're setting the appointment at 4 months for women, just so you get a reminder. And, I mean, you can always come in, and if you are having some symptoms, then it's probably time. But if not, you can come in during that time, and we can always just check what your levels are. And,
yeah, see, that's a good part.
Yeah.
If I were you, Donna, I would
absolutely amazing.
I would have a 4-month check before I just decided.
Yeah, and so then they just run the blood work again?
It'll be an in-house. We can just check
real quick.
Testosterone in-house real quick. Yeah, we get the results in 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll give your office a call then.
See, you don't need the full workup. You don't need the full workup for a follow-up test for the set, So I would do a follow-up test as they recommend in 5, and then I would do it right before the cycle is supposed to be, just to make sure. Let's say they recommend 4 months, and you come in at 4 months and are still sky high and great, then you wait 2 months. And that's the way I would do it. And I'm glad that you're feeling healthy and good. Now, if you do a little activity, you're going to see an amazing difference, in how your body sculpts. Dolores, what's going on? Dolores?
Yes, I'm here.
I'm sorry. What's happening?
Well, I have a problem with my insurance company. I had a small hail claim. June the 1st, I think, is when the hailstorm was. And they came out and said it was small, which I expected. Actually,
now, who said that? Your roofer or the insurance company?
The insurance company.
And
he was very nice.
Did they... Hold on, we're running out of time. Hold on, I'm going to talk to you off the air. Just hang on. I'm Tom Martino. TheHormoneBros.com. TheHormoneBros.com, and you'll love what they do. And don't forget, for the best of the best, Referralist.com. Save all your problems for me.
Tired of being told what to do by other adults? Want to take next...
We're off the air, but I can talk to you. You wanted to talk about your homeowners. What happened?
Your finances with Online Trading Academy.
Right.
So, John, what did Jerry think Dolores' name was?
Interested?
Yes.
It rhymes with
good.
a female anatomy.
Yes.
Personally endorsed at 303-632.
Well, did the first one did not recommend a full replacement?
I'm literally picturing the scene right now.
Mulva.
Oh, yeah. Mulva.
Right.
Mulva.
George came up with that one.
It was logical.
They're going to make you pay 2 deductibles. I don't care what you say. They're going to make you do it.
Mulva?
Yep. And